Assalamu alaikum and welcome everyone to another episode of Review Lounge. Today we'll be discussing Raspect's new song called Islamophobia 2. I'd like to welcome our guests, Brother Abdul and also Lady.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone.
Assalamu alaikum. It's Lady Al-Husseini, by the way.
Oh, my bad. Sorry, sister. Yeah. I'll start off by playing Raspect's new tune. And then, so for those of us who haven't seen it, they can watch it. And then after that, we'll go back and dissect it and give our opinions on it. Just want to share my screen real quick.
Everyone's screaming that they want the hack, they want truth. Until it's them, fam. Until it's something where they don't want out.
And I like this youngster as well. When I see youngsters like this, I know I can drop dead tomorrow and still be happy.
Everyone knows where you're gone, G. You're pissed we got rid of your profit. And fake Titans don't want beef. He sold out his batty for dollars. Tell bro he's already been off ski. Come back and we'll take you to college. And no boy can call me a zombie. They know that we're live with that knowledge. You used to roll with the posse. I know that your history's solid. I was pissed when you linked up with Tommy. I don't know how much he offered. The system's a thief. That's where we're at it with robbers. You're linking with lawyers and coppers. I'm at it with grinders and shotters. And no one is promised tomorrow. So read all your holy books proper. God gave you a conscience to follow. Told Hussein he don't need a scholar. They're saying we're slaves to the Arabs. But tell me who stuck you on Omar. Who wanted Abdul Hamid? Who pushed Abu Talib? But now we're the savages. True ain't back in your drama. Keep shooting lies in your narrative. Cause we're armed with truth as our armor. I debated with Shamsi and Anwar. Muhammad Hijab Ali Dawa. Muhammad Tawheed and Hamza. Adnan Rashid and Mansa. And no one can call me a kafir. They ask when I take my shahada. My answer, I'm proud to be Rasta. But Aki, I'll see you in Jannah. You know I defended your prayer and told you your actions are dawah. We chased Shaitan from the corner. That's when they realized our power.
It's not an example yet to guide a new generation. That is completely backwards mentality. It's savage mentality. And that type of mentality, yeah, I would have to say, yeah, it's an animal-like mentality. Yeah? And that's even, you know, that I feel sorry for animals for even saying that. And that type of mentality deserves to be caged up. Literally needs to be caged up. I've said it before. Whoever wanted to touch Tan and come down and arrest Tan and stop Tan from his movements and doing whatever he's doing, I want those people to come up because I want those savage mentality, yeah, to actually face some type of jail time or prison time for them to sit down and reflect on their life.
But how can you mess with Kalam when he tried to set up the gangs and get man arrested for tans? He's pissed cause we messed up his plan. Uncle Light is a black Hebrew with a Polish wife that nams on the hand. 12-hour shows in the same glasses and hat. How could you listen to man? I done good.
7-8 swine, 7-8 swine. Israel were not a Hebrew Lloyd. Show me in the Bible where it says you should eat pork. Show me. No, Ezra, no. Show me where it says you cannot eat pork. 7-8 swine, 7-8 swine.
I done body Tommy. That's when I dealt with Raj and Hassan. Manny's a tranny, Rajiv's a patty. The bacon lady's breath is a ram. And none of them chatting to man. They all just pissed that Tan got the ban. And none of the gangs in the back of the van. We all know Kalam would have happily sang. He wants the G's them back in the can. We ain't these brothers, we're savages, fam. Just know you ain't good when you walk through the hood car. We give these snitches a traveling ban. Tan's picture is Hitler. And he talks like the king. Expect my Akis to not take a stand. You wanna tell me about Islam? Like these men are all so bad. Yeah, right. You Islamophobes are getting consumed by the hate that you have. I said you racist fools are getting consumed by the hate that you have. Kemet, Muslim, Hebrew, Christian. I don't care if we're different. Unity, that's the mission. It's hurtful when both sides just want division. G-circle, Gang unite, they couldn't see the vision. COE, that's my shooter. Rax TV, that's a trooper. Big up Somali pirate and hail up the Lion of Judah. COE, that's my shooter. Rax TV, that's a trooper. Big up Somali pirate and hail up the Lion of Judah. And I'm big in that speaker's corner. Bible, Quran, or Torah. Enough of them hate my aura. True man, I say one order. Man, I'm big in that speaker's corner. Bible, Quran, or Torah. Enough of them hate my aura. True man, I say one order.
But man do enjoy the intellectual discussions and challenging.
Yeah, so. You guys hear me?
Okay, let the queen go first, Lady Al Husseini.
Give me a sec. 1 sec, real fast. So what do you guys think of the overall song then?
I'm really impressed. I really enjoyed it, and I feel like it was lyrically amazing. I don't think he left anything for anyone else to say. He just, amazing. I'm speechless, to be honest. But I'm going to let Brother Abdul talk about it first.
Yeah. I shout out to Raspect. I respect the brother. He did his thing, and basically I look at that and I believe that the basic message is unity. We don't have to sit up here and be divided, going at each other, trying to cut each other heads off and things of that nature. We can all come together and build respectfully and respect each other's positions and religions and ideologies. I don't see nothing wrong with the video. Certain people might critique the brother and say, oh, he's talking about, Tawheed or this or that, but the guy's not a Muslim. I don't expect Raspect to sit up there and, start reading the Quran and trying to teach people Arabic and teach them Tawheed and, that kind of thing, and teach people how to make wudu and how to make salat properly. The guy's not a Muslim. He's Rastafari.
Yeah.
And I personally know a lot of Rastafaris, and they're good people. They're very respectable. You understand what I'm saying? And they deal with morals, values, and principles. So it's all good to me.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Some Muslims have this sort of George Bush mindset, whereas you're either with us or against us. There's no middle ground for them. They make an enemy out of a friend some way, somehow. It's very sad that they're like that. But, I've always, from seeing Raspect, always got the sense that he's with the truth no matter what it is. You can have your difference of opinions and whatever, but it's about respecting each other at the end of the day and being in solidarity with each other.
And you can tell when someone has like a hidden agenda. And I've actually been going to Speaker's Corner for a long time, and I've seen Raspect, and he's always been on the truth. And I can't lie about that. And the song is literally him. Do you know what I mean? You could tell it's completely just open, and it's all about unity, like Brother Abdul said. If you do try and dissect it and you take it out of context, you can make it look like it's something negative towards you or this person or that person. But to be honest, I feel like this song in general is about unity, and it's also sending for people in his own community that have let him down, basically, more than the Muslims that have kind of got upset over it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly, sister. Absolutely. And you know what? That brings me into this, right? There's a lot of claims out there that the Muslims are using the black people. The Muslims are using the black people. And the devils amongst the black people are saying to the righteous amongst the black people, look, man, you're being an Arab slave. You're being an Arab slave. Mm-hmm. Because this is the same rhetoric that black Muslims get.
Yeah. I think, Abdul, before we get into that, I think we should just start with the video and dissect the lyrics and give our opinions on that. Because as we get into that, then what you're talking about now will come up. So let's get into that then. So I'll share my screen now. Obviously Raspect's already put the lyrics in there, so that's helping us. Right, can you guys see the screen?
Yeah, I see it.
I'm trying to get this thing out of the way. But obviously at the start is Leon from Content Over Everything speaking. Gives a little intro sort of thing.
Everyone's screaming that they want the hack, they want cheap.
Come dead tomorrow and still be.
Everyone knows where you're going, G.
Right, so just for the Muslims in the chat and who's going to watch later, just so you know, when he's referring to prophet in this line, he's
Tan.
talking about tan. So, you know, for
So
anyone
this-
gets triggered.
This is basically because recently Sarah has said, I'm leaving the corner. This was after Tan was escorted out. So that's what he's trying to say. You know, your prophet's
Yeah.
gone. So that's
Tan
why
was
you're
like the
upset.
bastion of free speech to the max on steroids.
That's, yeah.
So, yeah, so he's just referring to Tan as the prophet. So, let's not get triggered.
We got rid of your prophet. And fake tight ends don't want
Oh.
beef.
And sorry, just so for those who don't know, this man here in the red t-shirt is a man called Sarah, and in my opinion, he's the one who basically started all the trouble. I think it was sometime last year, by the way he spoke. He could have said the same things and asked the same questions in a respectful manner, but he deliberately chose not to, and he's pretty much a failed actor who, in my opinion, did that to get attention.
That
What are your
actually
guys'
did
thoughts?
sell his batty $4. Literally.
Yeah, I mean.
Absolutely.
Apparently, he was also who kissed the man on screen, but I don't know if there's any footage of that. But
Yeah,
I
yeah,
wouldn't
sure.
Yeah.
I've seen it. I've seen the video. He kisses a man and everything. That's what he's referring to. And imagine doing that and failing still. I'd be bitter too.
Yeah, so one day you're tongue kissing men on TV selling your soul. Then the next minute you're talking about, go back to Africa or whatever and leave religion and this and that. So
Truth.
So in this next line, I believe here he's talking about Big Bro. Am I right there? What do you guys reckon?
Yeah, big bro.
Yeah. So because Big Bro's obviously been out of the corner for a little while. So
yeah, he was, Tommy Robinson bodyguard, helping Tommy Robinson out.
Yeah, that was really shocking to me.
Yeah.
Really shocking. I
Yeah,
couldn't believe
that
it.
was a weak move. Yeah, it was corny.
So here he's using the term here. Don't call me a zombie. Who was calling people zombies recently in the live chats? You guys know?
No.
I'm
I
not
think
familiar with that.
I think it's like either Raj's or Mani Sinder's live chat. People were being called zombies. So I think that's where that reference comes from. Yeah, because I believe Raspect wrote this entire song recently. Like after one of the live streams he was on, he was heated and wrote it out. So again, this part here we're talking about someone's history. I think it's talking about Big Bro, about how he used to be roll around with a posse and whatever, and how he's changed now.
Yeah, I don't know much
he
about
linked
that.
up with Tommy, so yeah. I don't know how much he offered. Yeah, I guess it would make sense that he's Big Bro, right?
Yeah. This one is. It was Tommy's bodyguard.
Here they are. There's Tommy, and then Big Bro I think was employed by Tommy to also provide security. He had a few guys working under him.
Isn't that Kalam at the back?
Yeah, this Callum right there from Titans TV.
Yeah, smiling and beguiling, cooning.
I think so. I think this was the actual debate where they were arguing about scholars and whatnot. About
Yeah, this was like
basically
a year ago.
Raspect's point was to be more open-minded and not just be
Blindly
like, this
follow
is my
scholars.
scholar, this is the guy I follow. I'm going to ride and die for every word this guy says, and I believe every word he says. So, what's your guys' opinion on that?
To be honest, I agree, 100%. But the thing is, with the Salafis in general, they're not like that. They're very like
Rigid.
yeah, like if there's something dodgy about a sheikh or something or a scholar, they'll be like, nope, absolutely no. So within Salafi Islam, it's not common, but I've seen it amongst other sects that like a scholar is blindly followed, But I agree with Respect there.
Yeah, I mean, my personal opinion would be, read the source material yourself, and regardless of if you came up with a conclusion of whatever you're reading or not, ask opinions from various different scholars, and the people around you, your parents, and then to have all this wealth of knowledge, and then go from there and funnel it down to a specific point, rather than say, this is my scholar, this is the mosque who I grew up in, and I'm going to follow every word he says. That would be ignorant, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. And there's an authentic hadith that speaks about, the wicked scholar will be in the hellfire, and all the people that follow him will follow the wicked scholar into the hellfire. So that's very important to highlight, And we love our righteous scholars. We take from our righteous scholars, and we need our righteous scholars. There's no doubt about it. But blind following somebody and just whatever opinion they give you, take it, and the scholars not backing it up with the Quran and Sunnah is very problematic. And that's why I think you have a lot of these weirdos out here, preaching all this, hateful type of Islamic ideas, which is, against Islam and against the Deen. So as Muslims, as a Muslim ummah, we have to be careful, no matter what sect you're in.
Yeah, like I'll give you an example. So, for example, someone might say, you know what, Anjum Chowdhury is my scholar, and you're trying to tell that guy, take opinions from other people, bro, and he's like, nah, this is my guy. So that's how you can see a negative aspect of that.
Yeah, and another thing is this, brother. If you're having a conversation with another Muslim and you're talking about Islam and things of that nature, and the first thing that comes out of his mouth is, well, Sheikh so-and-so said, it's like, what? And then they just say what the brother said. It's not giving you the Quran and Sunnah that the Sheikh used to come with the opinion. It's peak.
I would like to just reiterate for everyone listening, we're definitely of the opinion that we need scholars, because they do all the heavy lifting. They're the ones who look at thousands upon thousands of hadiths and see which ones line up with which one and whatnot, and so you get their opinion. So you don't have to do that homework, but you can do that because it's accessible to you. But if you don't want to, you want a quick opinion, you could go to them. So they definitely have their place. So we're not saying get rid of scholars.
Just don't blindly follow anyone. Have your mind open to different opinions.
Yeah,
absolutely. Follow Allah and His Messenger. That's.
I think that could have been said in this debate if someone brought that up and said it properly, but it ended up being, do you need scholars, yes or no, type of thing. So
I'm pretty sure Raspect actually said why. I think he said you've got the holy book and you've got God and your messenger. That's it. But then again, if you want to follow the Prophet ﷺ, then you need his hadith, right? And that's all in our books.
Yeah.
And our scholars, alhamdulillah, they done a beautiful job. They went through all the hadiths. They thrown out a lot of them, thousands of them that's weak and fabricated.
Exactly why you need them.
Exactly.
They do a lot of the homework that the average layman is not willing to do.
They dedicate their whole lives.
Exactly. Yeah. And then, which is why it's also just as important to take your opinion from several different scholars or people who are learned. So you don't go and you're like, this one's, so you don't go to some scholar and he's like, you kill the non-believers and all that. So you take your opinions from several people, But let's move on to this next part now, where you got, I believe this is Maku, right?
Yeah, it looks like him.
So that's Maku and that's Uncle Omar.
Shout out to Uncle Omar.
Yeah, he was putting in some work when the EDL came down.
Masalam, Aqi. Masalam.
So they're saying we're slaves to the Arabs. So can I just ask both of you? So who, in your opinion, says that? Do the Muslims say that, or do the
right wing
say that?
The right wing, if you go through comments, even right now, people like Jedi and Respect are always attacked, and people always say, "Oh, you guys are." Anytime they defend Muslims or the truth, they say, "Oh, you're the slaves of these Arabs," and they make really, really crude jokes. And I can imagine it comes like that's the main thing they say. the right-wing racists and all of that.
In my opinion, on this matter, on this whole, you're the slave, calling someone this, saying you guys are the slaves of Arabs.
But
From
the
what
thing is,
I've
sorry,
seen and
I
heard,
forgot to mention,
Go on.
Sarah was the first person that said it.
Yeah, that's what I want to say. From what I've seen and heard and observed from Speaker's Corner and the live streams and whatever else, it seems to be coming from the non-Muslim black community. Well, not all of the community, obviously, but a few of them. What do you think, Abdul?
Yeah.
Yes, that's 100% true. And over here in America, you know, there's a big platform in the black community called Sonetta TV.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a big slogan in their, you know, in their wicked narrative, you know, the anti-Islamic narrative, you know, you're slave to the Arabs and this and that, the pale Arab, the white Arab, blah, blah, blah. You know, it's very harsh, you know, and it's pure falsehood. And, you know, they go on to say that Islam is absolutely an Arab religion and it's only for the Arabs only. Why? You a black man. What are you following the Arabs for? This and that. It's a whole, you know, they got a whole, it's like a religion that they teaching, you know what I mean? It's so intricate, like it's peak. And, you know, it's just pure falsehood. Islam is universal. You know, yes, the Quran was sent down, right? And transmitted through Rasulullah for humanity. And the Quran is the evidence there. You know, it's a lot of people that say the Quran is only for Arabs. No, that's a lie.
I mean, if the Prophet came from Africa and it was presented in, say, the language of Swahili, I would still believe in it the same way.
Of course.
I wouldn't be sitting here, oh no, I'm not African, I'm not from that continent, I can't believe in this. The truth is the truth, regardless of where it comes from.
If I remember this incident, and now that I'm looking back at it, when Uncle Omar said what he did, the first person to get really upset was Kalam. But then a year later, Tan is here saying the vilest things I've ever heard.
And he's a genius for it.
And he's a genius. And firstly, he's a genius. Secondly, he's not offended. He's not offended by him saying the N-word. A million times he called Jedi an N-word. He called him a monkey. He wasn't offended because it's free speech. Why wasn't it free speech when Uncle Omar said it?
Yes, sister, it's just pure hypocrisy. And, you know, people have to fuel their agenda, so they come up with their lies and their falsehoods, you know, and just put it out there and work the script. That's all it is. But, you know, intelligent people can see through the lies and all of the nonsense, you know.
Can I just clarify that both, whatever they said, both of them is disgusting and I condemn it.
Yeah, definitely. We definitely condemn any form of racism, even if it is from Muslims. So we're
absolutely
not defend racist Muslims. So I feel this part in the song basically came because I don't know if Raspect felt pressure to put it in there because he's being called out by some members of his community or what. So that's what it feels like to me. Right. So what do you guys know what happened with Abdul Hamid? What was that situation about like?
Basically, the G Circle and gang were doing their thing. And there was a video with Abdul Hamid, Jedi, and Hussein. And Abdul Hamid was having a dialogue with Jedi, or Raspect, one of them. But he, after this argument or discussion, whatever it was, he goes, all Muslims stay away from gang and the G Circle. And then Hussein stepped in and he goes, no, don't say that. Okay. That's like, we have our argument to what they're saying about our religion, but there's nothing wrong with the G Circle and you shouldn't be warning Muslims against it.
Yeah. Do you know why he said that, or do you have an opinion on it?
I guess this was when it was really heated with Sarah, and Sarah was kind of associated with them. It wasn't he wasn't, as now we can see his true colors. We can see what Sarah really is or what others really are. But at that time, because he was even just with them, and there was just a lot of heat between the two, the Muslims and and the non-Muslims. So that's how it happened.
Yeah. So me personally, at that time when that all happened, when the G Circle first formed, I thought like Callum and Sarah and all those Islamophobes were part of the G Circle. So my natural reaction as a Muslim would be, why would I want to be part of something which they're part of? So I think that's where
how-
most of the animosity from the Muslim side came from.
yeah.
Well, not really animosity, but like what they said, how, don't join it, or why are you guys joining it?
See, the thing is, it wasn't even. We can't even say it was a Muslims. It was Abdul Hamid or just a select few that had continuous beef with people like Sarah from before. It was just continuing from before. Anyone who didn't have beef with any of the brothers there, they didn't have a problem with G Circle.
But I was just saying that's how I felt as a Muslim when it's first formed, thinking they have Islamophobes as part of it. So why would any Muslim want to be a part of that when they say X, Y, and Z? But obviously,
Yeah,
as time has passed, we've seen how it's gone, and
No,
now in
100%. I was
hindsight,
the
we're
same.
like, you know,
I was
cool.
the same. When I first saw it, I was like, because you see people like Sarah or Big Bro, or people who are just very questionable, and you think, okay, if someone's like that, they're part of this, then clearly I don't want to be a part of it. But now we can see what it is, and it's good.
Yeah, it's definitely, in my opinion, is a force for positivity. So let's move on to the next part, right? Right, so this is where they pushed Abu Talha as well. I think it was back sometime last year. Yeah, so basically, I mean, I don't really agree with how Jedi pushed him, because obviously it was Abu Talha wasn't leaning on him in a threatening way or about to put him in a headlock or choke him out. But I don't know why he reacted like that. Maybe it was his natural reaction,
See, yeah, I think different. I don't see. The thing is, when you're in speaker's corner and you're talking and you're heated, you should really keep your hands to yourself, because you don't know how someone's going to react. You don't know how they're feeling. So there, I understand his reaction. I would be the same, especially you could see it was a bit. This whole discussion, it wasn't a nice one. It was pretty nasty. Just by the way people were talking, they were like heckling and everything. So Abu Talha touching him, I don't think that was right.
So for those unaware, Abu Talha here, and from what you can see, is pretty much leaning on Jedi, and he's talking to Raspect, who's over here somewhere behind Jedi. So that's who he's trying to get to. He wasn't even addressing Jedi. So
Yeah, for me though, like, I thought it was a weak move. You feel me? Because if you look early in that video, the brothers was touching each other. They was talking and stuff. I think the brother got, mad or whatever. It was building up. Abu Talha was being annoying. I actually wanted to jump through the screen and choke my little brother out myself. I love him and I protect him. I'm not gonna let nothing happen to Abu Talha.
Yeah.
That's my little guy, right?
that's our guy right there. We love him, just to let everyone know. We ain't putting him
That's
under the
my
bus.
guy. That's my guy. I don't care what nobody says, right? So when Jedi pushed him, I thought that was a weak move, and he was wrong for doing that. And that's why the brother apologized for what he did, because he was dead wrong.
Exactly. He realized he done something wrong, and he apologized, and that's it. It's squashed. But,
Right. It's that mentality. And, shout out to Abdul Rahman, my big brother. May Allah grant him Jannah. He had to check Jedi and show him who he really is.
Who?
Because he's not this gangster tough guy.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Huh?
Yeah, I think I know who you're talking about. But yeah,
You know exactly what I'm talking about, and the people do too. You know what I mean? Abdul Rahman came through, man. But Allah works like that. Allah just expose people,
Yeah.
But shout out to the brother. It is what it is.
I think it was just a natural reaction. You didn't think, oh, I hate Abu Talha.
Yeah, it was a natural reaction. You have to remember, when you're in that position and there's so much going on, you can't, I'd honestly, if someone touched me, I don't care what their intention was, I would react the same. Even though I'm tiny, I couldn't really do much, but I would.
And some people are more defensive about their personal space than others.
100%.
So.
That's me. So I can understand where Jedi came from, even though it was a bit, bit much, because Abu Talha
it looks real bad
compared to him.
It is what it is. But so I think so. Again, so Raspect put these things in here to show the people who criticize him and others like him of being slaves to the Arabs. So someone could see that as it's being taken an L, because he did something just to show them that I'm not like this, if you know what I mean. So what are you guys' thoughts about that?
Go ahead, sister. You go first, inshallah.
Because if you go back to his lyrics, where it goes, so they're saying that we're slave to the Arabs, right? The only Arab in this segment is actually Uncle Omar, who's Egyptian.
Mm,
So Abdul Hamid's Iranian, he's not an Arab.
yeah.
And obviously, Brother Abdullah is Somalian. He's African, so yeah.
I don't know. Like, to be honest, is this part actually related to like this little push? Is that related to the slave thing that he said? I'm still wondering.
This is what I'm saying, sister. Is so people say that people like Raspect or Jedi or anyone who's not Islamophobic or hating on Islam, right, are slave to the Arabs simply because it's sometimes they take the side of the Muslims, right?
Mm.
So is what I'm asking is then did Raspect listen to that line and be like, I'm gonna prove you wrong, and then he put these 3 clips in there showing
Oh.
hostility towards Muslims to say,
See,
look,
I
we're
couldn't-
not slaves towards them. We still, have it out with them as well.
I think it was, yeah, I think it was solely to just to prove that, yeah, no one's got, no one's got a hold on us. Do you know what I mean? I remember someone was saying, oh,
That would have been more accurate to use Muslims instead of Arabs, but it is what it is, right?
yeah. But that's basically the slur that's sent to them. That's what people say to them. Oh, you're the slave to the Arabs, the Arab masters. No one's a slave to the Muslims. I remember when Raspect appeared on a video with Muhammad Hijab, people were saying, oh, Muhammad Hijab used you, he used you, blah, blah, blah. And then he was like, do you think Muhammad Hijab can use me? Like, he was saying that, like, no one can use me. That's not how it is. So I think that's the point he's making there.
Yeah, I mean, it's sad if you don't show Islamophobic tendencies, you don't hate the whole community, you don't hate the religion, you don't hate on the people, you don't say that they're colonizing Europe, then all of a sudden you're a slave to something, you know? And all of a sudden you're also an apologist.
It's a tactic the far right use actually to get us to fight amongst each other, you know?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying, sister. So they used that and they said that, and then Raspect shows these 3 clips. So what I'm saying is fallen for it in a way. You see what I'm saying? By showing these clips. But yeah, I mean, I've heard Raspect talk about it on several occasions, saying how because he doesn't hate Islam per se and whatnot, that he gets hate from his own people because of that. And fair play to him for being truthful. I mean, not many people would say that. Yeah. So also, sister, earlier on a live stream, people were mad because simply because Raspect mentioned that he debated with the several different Muslims that go there. I mean, all he said is literally, "I debated with them." He never said, "I gave them L's. I made them look silly." He just mentioned.
He just named the brothers, and you have to remember this is a song and a rap, so he needs to put stuff in there. So I can't even explain it. Like what he said there, he's not made a single point other than I've debated these people. That's it.
Yeah. If anything, that shows that he was willing to have conversations with them.
But then after he does say, no one can call me a kafir.
Yeah, but we'll go on to that in a sec after this.
We're going to get to that.
Yeah, so, I mean, even when you watch these debates, I don't believe any of them were hostile.
No. These are actually, I really enjoy watching their dialogues because, do you know what? Raspect is actually a very charismatic character. I really enjoy listening to him talk, whether it's about Islam, whether it's about gang, whatever it is. He's
very passionate.
Very passionate, and do you know what? The corner lacks that so much. There's a lot of ego.
It's very raw.
There's a lot of anger, and there's a lot of scripted stuff. But his is like he even says, "I speak from the heart," and you can tell he does.
Like no one could really put him in a box and say he's gonna, you know what I mean?
100%.
He's always with the truth,
absolutely,
even if it's against himself. So you gotta rate that. So again, just for the Muslims out there again, mad that he simply said that I debated with these guys. There's nothing wrong with that, guys. Chill out.
I mean, to be honest, I would feel honored if my name was mentioned.
Yeah, at the end of the day, he's actually giving them props. But people are so sick in the head, they can't even see it. They don't understand what he's doing. He's expressing himself. This is an art form.
Right, so here, so this is another point that people are stuck on earlier today. So he sort of says, and no one can call me a kafir. So, first of all, the word has either three different meanings. So, the first being simply you're non-Muslim, right? Is that right? The second being what its meaning before the Islamic terminology came about, which was it means to cover or to hide the truth.
Yeah.
And the
that's
third,
what he uses.
Yeah. And the third being after the white people started using that word in South Africa as a slur towards the black people.
See, it's really easy to understand what he's saying here. He says the meaning that he takes is to conceal the truth.
Exactly.
And he sees himself as someone who speaks the truth and nothing but the truth. So what he's saying is, if I speak the truth and nothing but the truth, how am I a kafir?
So in my opinion, what he's basically saying is, you can't tell me that I'm hiding the truth or that I'm lying.
Yeah, but what the brothers are doing, they're seeing it as the Islamic term.
Yeah, that's all they got in their mind is the Islamic meaning
we
of
know
kafir.
he's a non-Muslim. He's a Rasta. We know this.
Exactly.
It's
not a big deal, but these guys are, I don't know about.
Today there was like a 3-hour live stream over this. And it's like I wish I just wanted to get on the panel and explain this. That's all he's saying. Accept it.
What do you reckon, Abdul?
Yeah, I agree with everything you guys are saying, and it's quite ridiculous for any Muslims to get upset and, start pulling their hair out and crying and making videos and all this foolishness, trying to diss the brother because he made the statement. Anybody would make that statement. He talking slick. He's expressing himself in his art form. Why he going to say, yeah, you can call me a kafir? No, he going to, speak good about himself. It is what it is.
Now that we're on the topic,
yeah,
I feel like there was a great injustice today, just by the way people. I mean, if you went on that live chat and read some of the comments, it was really nasty stuff towards Raspect, saying, "No, you are a kafir, like purposely antagonizing."
Yeah, I believe also one of the guests on the live stream was saying that over and over again.
And I found that absolutely vile, and it was so horrible that this is like someone could listen to this. Someone who doesn't know Islam at all, they can listen to this as the first thing they know about Islam and hear this. What are they going to think? And secondly, Raspect is such a lovely person. Does he deserve that abuse? You're a kafir, you're this, you're that, you're a drug abuser, all of that. I'm thinking, wow, like, this is not necessary, and this is not what Islam teaches us. Do you think the Prophet ﷺ went around calling everyone a kafir? Is that how so many people converted into Islam? Because he was so harsh against them? No, he had such a sweet tongue, and he was so kind to the non-believers that they had no choice but to accept Islam.
And very patient as well, sister.
But nowadays we see brothers that have so much ego, and they get on their platform and they're like, you kafir this, that, takfir here, takfir that. It doesn't help anyone, and you're making us look so bad. And also, it raises Islamophobia. Then women like my mother, like people, just innocent people, they get their hijabs ripped off, and people get attacked, and there's acid attacks. All of this is in one box. You need to calm down.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And the individual that did that on that live stream, it was real snake-like behavior. It was disgusting behavior, and it was agent-like behavior. Because like a coward, when Raspect was up there, he was in the chat room. Then when Raspect left, then he came in. And then Raspect came back into the chat. So, I'm looking at this dude, and it seems to me that he's just trying to cause chaos and confusion, and trying to get people angry and to hate. And he want to cause disunity. And these are the type of agents that we need to root out.
Absolutely.
It's disgusting. The guy shouldn't even have a voice. Like the sister said, can you imagine somebody listening to this type of rhetoric and this nonsense and this hateful speech, You know
what else, brother? This person doesn't even come to Speaker's Corner, so they're not there to face the heat. It's the Muslims, the innocent Muslims, that will have to face the heat for his horrible words. Can you imagine that? He doesn't come to
Right.
the corner. He just stays online and cusses people, and then we have to take the heat.
Yeah, that's not an agent. I don't know what it is.
The people definitely need to calm down. And now that we've kind of explained briefly the three different meanings of the word kafir, and where we believe Raspect is coming from in regards to that line, hopefully they've understood it if they have an open mind. Also, they ask when I'll take my shahada. I think Muslims definitely need to chill out on trying to get people to do that and pressurizing people into that.
I agree so much.
It's very cringeworthy when you see that, especially when I see brothers that I really, really like in a dawah scene do that.
Brother, when are
Yeah.
you gonna take your shahada?
It's
Blah,
like
blah, blah.
you,
It's
you,
like
you
you're
just spoke to
pushing
the
them
guy
away.
you just spoke to the guy for 30 minutes, and you're like, okay, so do you think what I'm saying is good? So do you want to say this and repeat after me in Arabic? It's
Oh,
like,
I've seen. Oh,
bro, chill out. It looks so bad. It's cringeworthy, bro.
I'm pretty sure there is a channel that like 99% of the videos are trick shahadas. Like, oh, you agree, so you agree that there's one God, so you agree, blah blah blah, and they kind of just force it on them. That's not right. There's no compulsion in Islam.
Exactly. And I believe is what's his name? One of the brothers who goes down with Ginger Hamza. He said that on average, the people who convert to Islam in the UK, they study comparative religion. I think it's for like 5 to 7 years, something like that. So, doing these things off the fly, getting people to convert after half an hour discussion, they're most likely going to go back to their old ways. So, what do you reckon, Abdul?
Yeah, I agree with what y'all saying. I think that when the Muslims do dawah, they should just be patient with the people that they speak to, and if they're speaking to people that's irrational and abusive and ignorant, then leave them. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But that's basically it.
Let's go to the next part then. Yeah, this part here. Look, so people onto Raspect. Honestly, they should be. It's sickening because the guy even made a video on COE specifically talking about how he was disgusted about how the prayer got banned in Speaker's Corner, and this is a non-Muslim saying that, and they're still onto the guy.
This is my favorite part because it's truth and he hits it with hard facts. He did, as a non-Muslim. Just remember how non-Muslims treat us at Speaker's Corner most of the time, with abuse, with horrible things, and he's the only one. One of the only ones that stepped forward and said, "What the hell is wrong with you guys? Why can't they pray here?"
Yeah, exactly, and
Absolutely, sister. Absolutely. But these these hardcore people, they'll look over things like that and they'll still try to attack the brother Raspect. It's ridiculous.
and you do get that on both sides. Just want to clarify that.
Facts, because you have, like we was discussing earlier, they saying, oh, you a slave to the Muslims and this and that. So,
Can I just address the accusations of Raspect being a drug addict
Yeah,
by someone on the panel? He's a Rasta, isn't he?
Yeah, not our panel, just to clarify.
No, not on ours. He's a Rasta. Marijuana isn't a secret. So for someone to use that against him, I think is a very cheap shot, and it's very low blow, and it's unnecessary, and it's BS in my opinion.
I mean, I don't personally partake in smoking weed, but however, according to studies, I'm not sure if there have been any deaths, tied into that. So I would look down on smokers of cigarettes far worse than I would on weed. So,
and to call someone who smokes weed a drug addict, no, Hassan is a drug addict.
Oh yeah, you need to only listen to him and see him, and crackhead comes into mind.
Turkish crackhead is what they call him.
And you know what, Raspect's got a good point here. So your actions as a Muslim every single day, how you interact with other people, That's part of your dawah. I think us Muslims really need to hone that point in and act upon that. Just smiling at people, saying hello, opening doors, and being courteous in everyday life.
Absolutely.
You'd
Facts.
be surprised how many
When you
people come to Islam merely because of that.
when you show your character as a good person, to follow like just the characteristics. If you look back at the Prophet ﷺ and his characteristics, he wasn't going to people saying, convert to my religion, convert to my religion. He was the softest, the most patient, the most kindest. Again, this point I'm making again, because of all of these reasons, so many people converted to Islam. And that was his da'wah. It wasn't, hey, can I speak to you for a couple of minutes? Blah, 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 blah. Take your shahada.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. He didn't accomplish that, making takfir on people every second,
Yeah,
And
there's
let's
definitely a lot
remember
of
who he was surrounded by. He was
done.
surrounded by idolaters who were trying to kill him, who were persecuting the Muslims. But he still was so soft-hearted. Let's remember who our role model is.
Assalamu alaikum. Is that King who's joined?
Yeah, wa alaikum salam.
Assalamu alaikum, King.
King.
Wa alaikum salam, bro. How y'all doing?
Chilling.
Doing good, thank you. Should I give your opinion on regarding this defending the prayer, or
Huh? What'd you say?
would you like to give your opinion on regarding the Raspect defending the prayer, like speaking out against the prayer ban?
Well, I don't got any problem with that, to be honest.
Alright. Okay. Jump in then when
Huh?
Yeah, jump in then when you can.
Alright.
Alright, let's move on. Yeah, so just for those that don't know, I'm sure everyone does know that this guy here being dragged away by the police in the red t-shirt, Tan. He's actually of a Chinese ethnicity, but he's from Malaysia. I believe something like 20% of the Malaysian population is of Chinese background, I think, or something like that.
Yeah.
Is that right, King?
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
I defended.
So yeah, the police officer ended up finding an empty bus for him to get on conveniently after he was basically heckled out of the park.
Shot him from the corner. That's when they realized.
Right.
See, this whole bit that he's showed about Tan being removed and all of that.
Yeah.
Again, it's proven that he's trying to prove the point that he's with the truth. This guy came, did what he did to the Quran or whatever, and he got removed. And he said the N-word. He got removed. It's not with if you're a Muslim, you're this, you're that.
I like that he played around with words here and called him shaitan as well.
Yeah, the wordplay is amazing.
But I don't know, some Muslims might have a problem with that. I'm not sure. They're like, nah, he's not the real one.
No, I think everyone agrees Tan is the shaitan.
But there's always someone out there, getting triggered by something. So
physical
I'll
embodiment.
give them a shout out too. Yeah, move on then. So for those again who are, this is Tommy Robinson, an absolute bigot, an Islamophobe through and through, and this is Sarah, the person who got interviewed by Tommy Robinson, who actually did have an interview with him. He interviewed Tommy Robinson too, and I thought it was very weak. People were hyping it up as if he asked Tommy Robinson some real hard, tough questions, but he didn't at all. It was pathetic, to be honest. And this is Callum of Titans TV, who's also an Islamophobe through and through, but he hides it behind his intellect, in my opinion.
There's no sound?
No. I played the music video right at the beginning of the stream with sound. But,
Did you try
so
to do
here...
it?
Sorry?
Did you try to play the sound?
No, it's going like this now, King. So
King, we played the whole video with the sound, everything. Now we're going back over it, and we're just going by the lyrics.
Yeah.
All right.
Now you got it at a good spot right there, Brother Review Lounge.
Couldn't you mess with Kalam when he tried to set up the gang?
Yeah. So here they're upset about how Callum was talking about the gang, calling them savages and comparing them to animals, and then I believe he said that I can't even compare them to animals or a specific animal because it's disrespectful to the animal. And he was talking about how he wants people arrested, gang members arrested for allegedly attacking or provoking Tan or something like that. So this is why these lyrics are here.
All right.
Yeah, I think that's interesting.
He's pissed.
Yeah.
See, we messed up.
So he got angry that they messed up his plan by getting Tan out, by peacefully getting Tan out. No one laid a finger on him or a hand on him, just so everyone knows that.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about that a little bit. So basically, he's calling Callum a snitch. Basically, and
here he is.
If Callum is looking like that,
Not
if
just
Callum is
snitch,
moving like that, go ahead, sis.
I'd say like what he's trying to say is obviously because he did say that gang needs to be arrested, blah blah blah. But then at the same time, he wants Tan to have his freedom of speech or freedom of hate, and he kind of pushes it. So at the end of the day, I feel like the people, maybe Kalam or the far right, they really did want people to lay their hands on Tan, so gang or whoever could get arrested. That's what I think he's trying to say.
I mean, just to come in there. So for months on end, obviously everyone knows Tan's been going against the Muslims, and he was getting more extreme in his rhetoric as well with what he would say and his actions and whatnot. So
he wanted a response, bro.
Yeah, he wanted a response. So when he drew the Prophet and threw the Quran on the floor, I believe that was on the same day, right? At the same time, I think. Maybe.
Is it on video when he did that?
So when Tan did these things, right? So he drew the Prophet and threw the Quran on the floor. I don't think there's literally anything else he could do to provoke a reaction from Muslims. So coincidentally enough, because he couldn't provoke a reaction from Muslims, the very next week he goes on with his manifesto and said the N-word 1 million times and tries getting a reaction out of the black community. So that's the agent provocateur, like people have been calling it. There's no doubt. I mean, he had undercover feds with him.
Of course, he's provoking people, bro. Of course, he's provoking people. Man, you could tell.
So what do you reckon, Abdul?
I just think people just suggest be aware, be alert. Guys like this guy Callum, he's real sneaky and slippery. He's a snake, at the end of the day. But the guy, he knows exactly what he's doing. He's operating on a certain type of level, and he's very calculating and he's relentless. You know what I mean? He's very devious. And you just have to be aware of how he's moving. And this thing here, man,
Yeah, especially be aware. I would say this to all the brothers out there, anyone, Muslim, non-Muslim. Especially be aware when people try to get you to do something on camera for the whole world to see.
Yeah, and he following the script. Look, this guy, Callum, right? He's calling black people animals. He pulled the script right off of Sonetta TV when this kid named Brother Polite, this big shot black dude over there in America, he was calling black people animals and stuff and this and that. It's real, it's a game to these people, man. They just fronting, styling, and profiling. You know what I mean? It's not even serious to him. It's just it's pure nonsense. It's trickery. It's technology 101, basically.
This is just so cringe right here. Raspect's in a shot by himself, and then he comes along and does his little dance.
Hello.
Assalamu alaikum. Who's that? Abu Qatada?
Yes, what's going on?
This is just
Assalamu alaikum, Habibi.
Alaikum salam. Listen, I was going to say something.
How you doing?
This Omar? Who's this Middlesex Omar guy that's controlling the chat?
Nah, Omar, cool. That's my guy, man. That's my brother.
Whoever's controlling the chat in the chat, please.
I thought he's an agent still.
No. Do you have anything to say regarding the topic?
He's a paid agent.
He's a paid agent still.
How you doing? How you doing?
Alhamdulillah, Aki.
So
good.
Should we continue now?
Yeah.
Right. So here, he says Uncle Lai. What he really means is Uncle Tai. He was an Hebrew Israelite. He's been going to the Speaker's Corner for several years. So Uncle Tai is a black Hebrew with a Polish wife. How about that for some exclusive info for people who didn't know that?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
And he munches on the ham. That's unheard of from a Hebrew Israelite. But
Yeah,
yet,
this was a revelation to me, man. I didn't know he had a Polish wife.
And he munches on ham as a Hebrew Israelite.
And
Apparently,
his
he makes
wife
up
does as
excuses
well.
of why it's permissible to do that.
Yeah, that's
Can I just say
ridiculous.
the picture that he chose, magnificent.
Yeah, so Uncle Tai has been known to do 12-hour, I wouldn't even call them shows, I would call them marathons on YouTube.
Yo, Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum, brother Umar.
Walaikum salam.
Yo, man, I was gonna say you're doing a very, very good job. Great show so far and whatnot. I was just gonna say, yeah, to a few brothers in the chat, namely Mustafa and King, that was begging to join the chat. Brothers, listen. If you read books, inshallah, rather than watching television and playing FIFA, you may be able to string along a sentence. You may be able to string along a sentence that lasts more than like 3 syllables.
Oh my God.
Inshallah, try doing that, yeah? Peace.
No. Don't leave. Don't chat shit.
Hold on,
Don't
King,
Don't
don't
let it go off the rails.
No, don't
What
start
just
chatting.
happened?
Review, take
No, I'm telling
control,
you
take
right now.
control.
I need an adult.
Whoever Mustafa is and
Stop.
King, you lot just listen to his advice.
I'm playing.
I'm upset.
You guys, calm down, stop, yeah?
I'm playing, alright. Guys are joking, man.
Okay, let's continue. So yeah, so Ty does 12-hour marathons on his YouTube channel, which I'm going to shout out for him. It's Reciting Hebrew Israelite Truth. And he's on there every week doing marathons. And he's talked a lot about Jedi and Raspect and the negative influence of gang and how they bring violence to the park. And also he talks about Muslims and Islam a lot as well on there, in a negative light, obviously. And so that's why Raspect included him in the song. He also talks about Raspect too.
Can I just say, Uncle Ty?
Yeah.
I don't know how he speaks for 12 hours. That man is the boringest person I've ever heard speak, honestly. Goodness
No
me.
bathroom breaks too, I think.
In the same hat, and the same shades.
Yeah, exactly. But that's a bit of, I've seen a few YouTube accounts like it's called like Ty's hat or Uncle Ty's hat. It's kind of a little bit of a meme. That's quite funny.
Hope it's washed.
Apparently, I read a comment today saying like Uncle Ty's hat was saying, "I've survived the Great Plague and 2 World Wars. Someone come and save me. I need a wash or something." It's hilarious.
It's like a 12-hour show on the same.
Hey, that guy looks so funny, man.
Bruh, Ty actually did 12 hours.
Who makes his hats for him, man? I swear down, that person needs to get sued, man. Whoever's making them hats.
He needs his money back.
Ty's obviously happy with them.
It's like he just got glue and stuck it together, and that it just looks so messed up.
So true.
The hat might be glued to his head. He's never off.
What, did he carve out the letters? That's it.
Bruv, you can't even wear that outside. It's got a big hole at the top, and it'll burn your head.
It looks like paper mache.
For real.
What is this? What is this?
What's Kalam doing?
What is this? I mean, if the word cringe in a dictionary had a picture, it would be him.
Bro, it's more cringe without the sound, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, don't worry about that. You should have been that here at the start. Anyway.
Yeah. Ty plus 10, Titan.
Yeah, I like this little word play.
Very clever.
Absolutely.
Damn.
I believe this is like Callum from like 10 years ago, apparently.
Wait, is this on Raspect's channel? This video?
Yes.
Okay. So he's the one that edited it. Damn.
Well, someone did, yeah.
Shit, man.
So this is Uncle Ty here, and this is Tan. And this is obviously Callum.
Titan.
Yeah, that picture look suspect too. Look at it, man. It's ridiculous. Like the Callum part of the picture. This looks weird.
And here they're just showing obviously Ty going off on his live streams and whatnot. Right. So
Raj is just the biggest waste man in the,
so
on the whole
here's
world.
Raj, who's a out and out an Islamophobe and also a racist towards Pakistanis. He's always using a P word, like as if
Bro,
he's
Raj is a Raj
This
is a
guy's a
prick.
waste man. Do you know what he says? They
Of
call me
course.
they call me Tommy Robin Singh, but you know what it is? You know what it is? I take it on the chin. What a waste man, you know, this
Yeah,
guy.
I think he takes a lot of
Pigeon
stuff.
groomer.
Bro, he's a waste man.
This guy is like, do you know what it is? I'm not gonna lie to you, yeah.
And the dude that's next to him as well.
Some of the Asian brothers
Both
here,
of
they
you.
need to check their people, fam.
Of
There's
course.
a few Asians that just mad up British people and that, like, it's mad, man. Isn't it though? There's a few Asian people, they're like mad.
Yeah.
They attach themselves to white people and that, and British people, and I don't know what it is. I think maybe because they've been here for a while or
Coconut.
something.
The term you're looking for is
Yeah,
coconut.
coconut. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about the term still. I just know
Bounty,
people.
coconut, anything like that.
Yeah, man. That's a problem still. It's always Asians though, isn't it?
But mind you, is far more in the Sikh community, far more.
Yeah, okay, yeah, true.
But yeah, so Raj is a racist towards Pakistani people. Uses a P word as if he has the right to use it, and he does not use it with context. He uses it purely to offend people. So someone needs to check him on that. And he, even Mohib has heard him saying out of the park, "Oh, let's go Islam bashing." So he clearly has an agenda, and he's even stated, yes, he does have an agenda, and he apparently, according to him, he's using Tommy Robinson's platform to further that agenda. And in an interview, well, in a discussion he had with Bob the Builder, he has said, "Oh, I don't mind if people convert to Christianity, Buddhism, Sikhism, obviously, but not Islam." So we know where he stands. We know he's a bigot. He's been absolutely schooled by Adnan Rashid in Indian subcontinent history, the Mughal invasion, and all of that kind of stuff. Even after he bought his documents that he printed out, he got demolished in all of those talks. And yeah, he's known as the pigeon or pigeon face. So that's Raj in a nutshell for you. And anyone else want to add anything about Raj?
He's a pigeon groomer.
Pigeon groomer. Also, just so people know, I believe he's single. He doesn't have any children. He's living with his mother, and he's in his mid-40s, something like that.
Oh, no wonder why the guy's upset, man.
And just so people know, other than being racist, he also makes fun of disabled people. So, and this is after apparently he has autism himself, and his sister also has a disability, and he
his
still has
mother,
the
apparently.
nerve. Yeah, and his mother, and yet he still has the nerve to make fun of disabled people. That tells you a lot about someone like him. And then why would you associate yourself with someone like him? So from that, then we move on to this character here, who is known as the Turkish crackhead Hassan. So does anyone else want to, give us a quick overview of Hassan?
Hassan is a very weak character. When I speak to him, he's very nice, and he's very lenient, and he doesn't sound like anything. Like, he doesn't say the same stuff he says online.
Mm-hmm.
He's very different. He's a flip-flop, basically.
Yeah,
And can I just say that he keeps saying he's ex-Muslim.
Who's the next Muslim?
Hassan. So what he was, there's Turkish Alawites. Turkish Alawites.
Right.
And most of them are really, really moderate. That they don't really care, basically. So that's what.
Like, are you saying they're basically like cultural Muslims, as like there are cultural Christians?
Yeah, but also we have to remember he is an Alawite, and I don't know if you guys know what an Alawite is.
Can you just brief us in on that?
Basically, even the Shias, the 12ers, say that they're not us. They're Catholic.
Yeah, the Alawites, yeah.
So
wow! So even Shias go as far as to say that the Alawites are not even Muslims.
Absolutely, because they see Imam Ali alayhi salam as God, and that's the practicing ones. But most of them are not practicing. Most of them are just culturally Muslim.
Yeah.
So that's him being ex-Muslim.
So people like Hassan definitely uses the ex-Muslim moniker as a way of like to authenticate his opinions, if you will.
Absolutely.
I don't think he was even a Muslim to begin with.
Yeah. I mean, apparently he apostated at the age of 17, the grand age of 17 as well. So, I mean, what do you know about that? Do you know?
Yeah, let me say this real quick, man. You got this coward in the chat room. Go live media, whatever he is, some nasty piece of garbage, running his mouth, calling people chocolate Muslims and all this tech-fairy stuff. Watch your mouth, homeboy. And you disrespecting the sister on the platform. Watch your mouth, Ak.
What's he
You know what
saying?
I'm
What's he
saying?
saying?
Hot
What's he
lead
saying?
melt flesh, homeboy. You's a
I just
punk.
ask you, is this the guy?
You a punk, homeboy. Hot lead melt flesh. You
Hold
a
on,
punk,
Abdul.
bro.
Is this the guy who has
You
like a
soft.
bodybuilding picture as a
It's
profile?
the guy that's got the bodybuilding picture that speaks
Right.
all the crap online, but won't
It
come
does
to
look like he
Speaker's
pumps
Corner.
the synthetic oil into his biceps, but I don't know.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
looks
he's
like
weak as hell.
He's sitting there running his mouth to everyone online, but he won't come to the corner. Come on, come to the corner and face the people that you're
Anyway,
chatting shit
let's
to.
not give him time and concentrate on what's happening in the
Yeah.
comments.
Agents stay in the shadows, so.
So anyone
Yeah, but
else
watch
want
your
to add
mouth,
anything?
homeboy.
So,
I get my Somali pirates to touch you, man. Get out of here.
Abdul, chill out. Go back on topic.
Yeah, I'm serious. I'm dead ass serious.
Yeah. So, Abdul, you got anything to say about crackhead Hassan?
Nah, I don't even know I almost said
Why you
something.
not
I don't
giving
know.
lost time to a crackhead, man? I don't get it. There's enough of them around the areas and now. Why do you care about one crackhead's opinion? They're always high all the time anyway. Who cares? Move on to the next topic.
I don't
We
think.
gotta let the viewers know in case they don't know.
Sorry,
who
can
we're
I just
talking
say,
about.
Turkish crackhead is. I just remembered he's a vile individual who
Of course.
he bullied one of the disabled brothers that has been attending Speaker's Corner for longer than any of us. He called him an inbred because obviously he's got disabilities and you could tell it's apparent. He called him an inbred. He goes, "Look at me, blah blah blah."
Who you talking about, Rap Boy?
No, not Rat Boy.
Was
They call him Junior.
Was it the black Muslim brother?
I know, yeah.
So when they found him alone, he was going to a bathroom in McDonald's, crackhead and pigeon groomer and their little crackhead crew. They saw him going into a toilet and they said, "Look at the gay boy going into a toilet with Omar," and then they made him cry.
Oh, these are pussies, man. I
think they got pulled back on that as well.
But I'll be honest, I don't know if he was Arab, Iraqi or something. This brother came in, he absolutely schooled Hassan and he made him apologize. He said, "Kiss his feet." That was hilarious.
This crackhead is teeth of the disability, man.
That tells you the type of people these are. The scum of the earth. And anyone who rides with these guys tells you a lot about their character too.
What did you say? I didn't hear you.
Okay, so this guy here, you guys can see, right? First of all, he has this haircut and all of this like he's from the 90s or the early 2000s, yeah? And this guy's name is Manny Cinder. And
Manny Cinder?
He's another of those Asian loving Britain type of guys.
Yeah, so yeah, one of
he's another wasteman.
Yeah. So he's another Sikh gentleman by the name of Manny Cinder. However, he doesn't even do the absolute basic, which even the Sikhs who don't follow the faith do, which is wear a bracelet over here on his right or left wrist, which is called a qara. He doesn't even do that. And right here, he's arguing with Ahmed Ali about something. And he's shouting and screaming, trying to get attention. And, he's gassed from what attention Raj is going. Now he's trying to get some himself. And once again, he's another Sikh who does not talk about his Sikh theology or his religion and likes to talk about other people's business, which is now becoming a typical thing of the Sikh community in Speaker's Corner, unfortunately.
I think people like him and Pigeon Groomer, they come with their agenda just to be solely against Islam, and then they use the whole grooming thing. They overuse the grooming thing. And let's be honest, if you cared so much, you'd be, instead of coming here to hate us, you'd be going and helping the victims on that Sunday. But I don't think they genuinely care about the victims of these, grooming cases. I think it's just another reason for them to hate Muslims and Pakistanis. I call it a post-Mughal and partition traumatic syndrome.
Absolutely, because if you see Pakistanis or the Muslims, India, they don't really care about that stuff anymore. What happened in the past, they don't carry it with them. But the Sikh community, they just can't get over it for some reason. I don't know.
People like Raj only, they just sit. Let's be honest, he still brings it up. 21 Sikhs battered your How
Yeah,
will
I'm
Mujahideen
glad you
like?
brought that up, sister. I'm definitely gonna, in the future, inshallah, do an episode regarding that because very briefly, I just want to mention. So
21 pigeons to go.
21 Sikhs stood up to, was it 10,000 Afghan soldiers, right, Pathans in Afghanistan. So my questions are this before even looking into it. One is they had superior weapons, right, the Sikhs, because they were fighting for the British army, you know, being cannon fodder, right? Number two, they had what's it called? They had superior. I believe they were on a hill or a cliff. So again, they had the height advantage on them, the location. And number three, they would died anyway. So what's there to boast about? You're fighting for someone else's army like a slave, like a lapdog, like cannon fodder, and you got used. And they're gassing you up, and then you're gassed up, and you go around boasting about that, even when they all died. And you're in another person's country. What were 21 Sikhs doing in Afghanistan? So yeah, we'll look into that in more detail, inshallah, in the coming episodes. But continue, sister. So anyone else got any more input on Mani Cinder? Apparently there's rumor, right? So here, yeah, it says Mani's a tranny. So there's a rumor spread around saying that he likes to dress up in women's clothes.
I heard another one from a from a strong source.
Oh, that's funny, fam.
That the actual story is that Mani was married, and then he fell in love with a transvestite.
Damn.
His wife found out, and she left him.
Wow.
Wow, that dude has been around.
Did he stay with that transvestite?
He left his wife for a tranny.
I don't think he's with the transvestite anymore, no.
He ran off with the tranny into the sunset.
Maybe he turned into one himself.
Quick buck for pleasure, innit?
Well, the fact that he has no facial hair, I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah. I mean, at least Raj has got like this weird little chin strap going on. This guy's got nothing. He hadn't even
Was
got
he
a
the
cut.
one? Yeah, was he the one? There was some video a while ago, and it was like Jedi approached these lot, and they were this prayer's talking about, oh, we love British culture, this is that.
It sounds like him. It sounds like him.
There was a video online. I think it was.
Yeah. Mustafa, you're right. This
Guys, I gotta go. Yeah, I gotta go. Yes,
Let me just put in a nutshell. His and Raj's way of thinking. You say something about the British Empire in India. Do you know what they come out with? And this is a quote. At least they gave us the railways. I mean,
yo, review.
I'm off. Yeah.
You're going, are you, Kane?
Yeah, I'm gonna come back if y'all are still live.
All right, man. It's good to have your input for the brief time we had.
Peace, y'all. Yeah. Peace.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
So yeah, just to finish up on Mani and Raj quickly. Well, yeah, the Sikh community, they're known to be what's the right word? So I don't know if sallow or very, very, very well assimilated into British society. So much so that they try to be more British than the British people. They try to outdrink the British. The alcohol is a huge problem in the community. So yeah, any last words on Mani? Anyone?
I mean, when Raj says, I've heard him say, oh, you guys can't integrate. I mean, if integrate means forgetting our culture, not eating curry and rice no more, dropping our hijabs and everything, then trust me, we don't want to integrate. It's not a good thing to integrate.
I mean,
white people never integrated into South Africa. They got their own section. No, they don't even talk to black people.
Yeah, I just remembered something, guys. I just want to quickly mention, because since we're on the topic of talking about Sikh, Raj has gave this false premise to his far-right supporters, to anyone from Speaker's Corner, all the viewers, etc., that Sikhs are somehow pro-absolute freedom of speech or pro-freedom of speech. They are not, and I will present evidence for this in an episode. You will see how they try to shut down movies, try to shut down a person because they didn't like the fact that that person had a Sikh name but wasn't representing their faith. They are not, freedom of speech, loving people as a whole.
Assalamu alaikum again, lads and ladies. Guys, I was just going to say, you need to, what you need to do is, as well, as you're going along, you need to say to people, like the thing, or we're not going to carry on. Because it's been on 9 likes before the thing even started. 35 people watching, like the show.
That's true.
Like the show.
Well, who's making money out of
Mm. Yeah, for
We
anyone
swear.
who's liking our content, you know,
Go
appreciating
on.
the time we're giving in breaking down this video. Just like the thing. If you don't like it, we'll just assume you're a hater. So
We're just trying to get that content in it. Get that content first, and then after
Because
that,
basically, the more people like, the more it gets on people's news feeds and stuff. So
Mm.
Also, share the video, people. Share the video with your friends, your family, your loved ones, your homeboys, your homegirls.
your pigeons.
Yeah, send it to Roger, all these people, the haters too.
Raj sees this. He's the most boredest guy in the world.
Oh no, actually, he will see this. 100%, he'll see this and then he'll make a whole live about it. 6-hour
Yeah,
live show.
he will. He will.
Mm-hmm.
He goes
So,
on for longer than Ty.
So I might sound a bit old here or whatever, but what does Patty mean here when he says Rajiv's a Patty?
What?
What does this mean? Patty. Rajiv's a Patty.
Yeah, your guess is as good as mine.
Do you know, Mustafa?
Raj is a patty. It's just like it don't mean nothing, man. It's just like he's a
Like
joke,
a
man.
burger.
No, he's just a joke, man, isn't it?
So Patty means like a joke, like a joker sort of thing.
I don't know.
But
I've
this
heard that term
this
before.
isn't Indian Punjabi Sikh Raj. Raspect is referring to. This is Raj, the black brother, who carries a stick and he's into martial arts. He's actually a very good talker. Whenever he speaks, he comes with facts, statistics to back up what he's talking about, unlike most of the other people. And for that, he's got a lot of hate as well because he's not a Muslim or Islam hater. So shout out to Rajiv, man. Keep doing what you're doing.
Absolutely. Yeah, I was going to say that as well. Underdog.
So the next line is the bacon lady's breath is haram. Which I find funny.
That
like-
is a great line.
So the bacon lady, for those who don't know, is an English woman, a far right supporter, Tommy Robinson supporter. Did you get that name because she brought bacon to Ali Dawah, or
Yeah, she came to that big discussion and she brought bacon as if it's our kryptonite or something. Like, oh, I'm burning. You got bacon. What the hell is wrong with you, old woman?
the stupidity of the far right, like that. I know. Also, she has been she's been put on her backside, I believe 3 times, twice by police and once by some another English guy. Just punched her in the face.
She's very flimsy for some reason.
She's vile. She's and she's a racist. She's called.
Amy's
Jedi.
been having a bad week.
Yeah, she's called. I believe she's called Jedi a slave, and she's also said the abolition.
She said,
of
"Get over
was a
slavery."
mistake.
She's like, "Get over it." This is that.
She said it was a mistake to abolish slavery, basically. So she's an absolute. She's not just an Islamophobe. She's a racist. She's vile. What she does is because I attend Speaker School every week. When she comes, she causes drama, and then she calls the police to come and help her. And when the police don't help her, she cries, "Oh, racist, blah blah blah." And last time she attacked a police officer.
Yeah. Do you know why I like Speaker's Corner? Yeah. You get to see people like this. Before Speaker's Corner, I never knew people like this existed, bro. I swear, I never knew people with these weird views and some crazy type people ever existed. Until I started watching this stuff, I was like, damn, man, there's a lot of humans out here, mate.
Yeah, Mustafa, Speaker's Corner is definitely a place for cowards to act brave because of the study. I mean, I don't think most of these people would do the things they do.
Nah, they wouldn't. They wouldn't be alone. Do you think they could go to some black area?
Security, and it makes them think in their minds they're some sort of hero when they see a few people surrounding them because of their bigoted views.
Cowards. That's the word. Cowards.
Definitely a lot of egos and mental issues regarding these people.
No, 100%. Many people, they got mental issues.
And just so for the viewers who are watching, they know. So Mani Cinder, Raj, and Bacon Lady, they're all in the same group here. So all these bigots are part of this group. Just to let you guys know that. Right, this is Rajiv here. Let me just get back to that so you guys know who Rajiv is. This is the brother Rajiv with the black hat.
I don't know why he calls himself that though.
What, Rajiv?
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah,
like
I
he's
always ask.
Asian.
Sounds like an Indian name, doesn't it?
Why would someone call themselves their own name? That's his name, bro.
Is that his real name?
That's
No,
his
it's not
real
his real name. It's not his real
That's
name.
his real name, yeah.
I genuinely,
Why
you know,
does he
when
sound like he's Punjabi?
Yeah, it sounds like an Indian.
sounds like an
Hindu
Indian name.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
I first saw the title said Rajiv, I was like, okay, where is Rajiv in the video? I didn't see no Rajiv.
Maybe we could get him on and ask him.
You don't
Yeah.
look like a Raji. You look like a Jermaine or something.
To be honest, if it is a fake name, it's clever. You don't want to come Speaker's Corner with your real name for haters to like try and
I think
destroy
it
your
is his
life.
real name.
Come on, that's not his real name, man. No, a lot of people ain't got their real names in Speaks Corner.
I also just want to quickly mention a lot of people get triggered by his hat. Apparently, I've heard him say it's an inside joke. So get over it, guys.
Sorry, what is the reason Raspect is calling him a patty? What is it?
I think it was their discussion regarding the men and women dynamics or something like that.
Okay, I must
on
have missed that.
COE. But I did hear Raspect earlier today saying maybe he shouldn't have really had him on there. Had Rajiv's name in the song because it wasn't really anything. So. Look, this is Bacon Lady Amy here in the pink. The cops finally doing the job properly, So
this
shout out
bit
to
is
the
beautiful.
cops here, putting her on her ass.
The video, the original video with sound, honestly, beautiful. You could just hear everyone cheering as the filth is removed.
Swine on the ground.
She's such a disgusting individual. If she
Pigs
really
in a blanket, rolling around. A pigeon must have been near her as well.
She's so disgusting. I mean, even before she aligned with 10, she was a piece of garbage. It's like.
And so here Raspect is saying, so none of the gang ended up in the back of the van because obviously they didn't do anything illegal, didn't put hands on people. And I have to say the Muslims didn't either.
She looks like a bacon sausage.
Yeah, the pork kind. Yeah, the pork one, man. It's not halal, The haram one, the haram bacon.
She looks like a little bacon sausage roll, man.
So here Raspect saying Kalam would have sang if
that's what I was talking about. Like 100%. On some stuff like being happy, just whatever, running his mouth, telling
100%
to the police, And look, and what was so ironic is there was a brother who had on a gang shirt, and when the crowd was running up on Callum and pushing him, the brother from gang was like, don't touch him, don't touch him. He was actually defending Callum. But Callum never spoke out for that and never mentioned that to the people and acknowledged that. And I think that's a coward's move and that's a snake move. It's part of his agenda. That's how they move.
Can I just say, can you look at what Jedi is wearing there? It's sick. Look at that.
What, the stripy stuff here?
Yeah, I really like that. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah. So here I think Raspect is pretty much saying like, Kalam.
Look, he's calling him a snitch. He's calling him a snitch.
I mean, he even acts funny. I mean, look at everyone else and look at the way Callum's acting. It's so strange. Like, all these weird signs and it's so cringy. Here's Tan, by the way, and he's got a picture of Hitler.
I don't know how anybody in their right mind could stand next to Tan. This is ridiculous. Like, come on.
But hey, some people still do. Shows how sickening they are. Hey, I believe this was the day when he threw it on the floor.
Yeah, this is when he chucked it.
After Ray, I'm just gonna say it once.
Omar.
So people for some reason call him Rat Boy, but his name's Omar. And it's beautiful. He picked up the Quran after he threw it on the floor and kissed it, and that was it. There's no violence.
And I don't think, honestly, many people could have controlled themselves, and he did.
Yeah, well,
and he gets a lot of shit for just randomly. He gets a lot, and he's not even remotely bad. I don't know why. Maybe because they think he's Rat Boy or whatever. But how he reacted to that was amazing.
No, him and Maku were going back and forth. I'm not gonna lie, it was funny for a bit. I was laughing one time.
Yeah, Maku's kind of funny, to be honest. I mean, if no one told you that he calls himself a Muslim, you wouldn't know he's a Muslim.
He's not Muslim.
I know, but I'm just trying to...
he was saying that? Do you know he was saying? He was like, this guy ain't got no shoulders. I was laughing. I was like...
I mean, so when Tan's doing this, did Maku say anything when he threw it on the floor?
Nah, man. I'm not looking for somebody to say something, but I'm not gonna lie. I saw that and I had to come the week after that. I was like, no way is he doing this. I was like, there was nothing. What happened to him? Like, how did he leave the park alive? and did that. You know what I mean? He did that Speaker's Corner where there's a lot of Muslims.
Yeah, but it's bait though, isn't it? They're trying to bait people in.
Because there's cameras everywhere. At the end of the day,
Yeah,
it would
cool.
be
Just
one
tell
of our
them, listen,
brothers.
turn off the cameras. Turn off the try and it's a few people block the cameras, man, and give him a bang, man.
This guy comes to the park with bare undercover fed. And then when he leaves, he's gone. You can't find him anywhere. Because
I don't care. I'm
outside
getting
the
nicked then.
park.
I'm getting nicked. I can live with that. But I can't live with someone throwing the Quran on the floor and I can't do and I don't do nothing about it. I can't live with that. No way.
Understandable.
How can I live with that on my conscience? I didn't do nothing and I saw Quran go on the floor. I just picked it up. No way. Couldn't do that, man.
No, here's Raspect, and how can a man disrespect the Quran and expect Mayaki to not take a stand? And yet Muslims still have a problem with the brother. I mean,
Look
I
what
don't
he's
know what more to
saying.
say.
People are like, oh no, he hates Islam. He's got an agenda against. Oh, come on.
It's sickening.
He's right when he says the way you're acting, you're gonna make people hate Islam.
Exactly, that's what.
you're
Yeah,
doing,
like that
because
live
he's
stream
not
earlier.
even an enemy, but you're accusing him of being that.
Like what happened on the live stream earlier. Some of the Muslims on the panel, they were just, I don't know what they consumed before going on the panel, or if their opinions are that crazy, or they just have this attitude of you're either with us or against us. You're either a Muslim or you're a non-Muslim, so you're against us type of attitude, which I don't think, it's not positive, in my opinion. And need to widen their horizon, have different opinions, not be so black and white. There's grey areas.
Yeah, it's very confusing, when certain mandem is calling for unity, then you got brothers, attacking people and stuff. Like it's crazy. And like you said, it's not just all black and white. We need to be reasonable. You know what I mean, and deal with each other in a respectable manner. That's all. Just have some type of decorum.
It just seems some people they just don't like the unity or solidarity. It's strange. Like I mentioned in previous one of the episodes, was like on the day when they needed solidarity the most, when the EDL came down, they were chasing Shia Blade Runner in the park.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that was just a coincidence, man.
Yeah, I know. Even though it's a coincidence, you should look at what's the greater threat or whatever at that time.
Yeah, but that's what I'm not gonna lie. That's when the EDL already left, innit? And he was focusing on them, and then this was the aftermath. After that, the EDL left already. When this happened, and obviously, even though it was wrong, still it was wrong for that. I'm not gonna lie.
There's a clarify, Mustafa. You're saying it's wrong. Yeah, chasing.
Yeah, it was wrong chasing him. It was wrong, 100%.
Yeah,
shouldn't have chased him.
What do you reckon, sister? Like, what do you think about the whole thing?
The day all of those the far right lot came, it was unfortunate that the Shia brother got chased out on the same day that these absolute vile pigs came to attack Islam. Like I said, we've got bigger fish to fry. Doing that, it just causes it makes us weaker basically as Muslims when we're fighting against the Islamophobes. Like I said recently, people have started to open their eyes.
Yeah, they've definitely clocked on.
A lot of them were trying to use the Shias in their own game, like, oh no, you guys are okay, it's the Sunnis that are savages. But recently people have opened their eyes and realized, you know what, this ain't real. Like, they're actually using us and playing us off against each other. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad people are starting to wake up to that stuff as well. So shout out to Raza as well, because he's one of them.
Obviously, we'll have our ideological differences.
Yeah, no doubt.
But we're not going to fight. We're not going to beat each other up and whatnot.
Exactly.
But still, we're not going to be friends as well. We're not going to be friends neither.
Well, that's up to individuals.
Nah, man, Shias. No, I'm not saying like. What I'm saying is, you can't be close with the Shia.
What if one's your mother or father, eh?
I'm saying ideologically, you got to separate with it. I'm not going to lie to you.
Oh, absolutely.
We're too far away for us to come together. We can't come together on anything.
Yeah. See, the thing is with me, I've kept a line of respect, basically. So if I see them, I salam them. and we know that we don't agree with each other. I know that I don't agree with anything they say, and they know vice versa. Basically, leave it at that. Just give respect. You know, as long as someone's not in your face and they're not, you know, as long as they're not cursing your, you know, religious figures and you're not doing the same to them, it's all cool. You don't need to agree with them.
Yeah, let's not talk about it because it causes more divide, in my opinion. You know, you all fall under the branch of Islam and be called a Muslim. So stick it, you know, keep it at that. And stay in solidarity, especially with this recent attack as well, which is sickening. For those unaware, a terrorist attack happened on Shia worshippers outside their mosque. A guy died, you know, a few of those guys are in critical condition as well. And again, there's always been like a media blackout regarding it because the perpetrator, the attacker, wasn't a Muslim.
Like Ali Dawah said, he goes, it's not about sex right now. Today it's my sister, tomorrow it's yours. We're both Muslims, do you know what I mean? So we can't stay quiet about it.
It's not about sex on that still. I'm not gonna lie. When it comes to the outside world, they just want to kill Muslims, no matter if they think they're Muslims, Shia, Sunni, whatever. They don't differentiate.
Who's responsible for that?
It was a couple of white guys.
Yeah.
And also the way you know it's premeditated is the fact that they actually
had stolen cars.
It was a stolen car and everything. So
were
they
any people
planned
killed?
it.
Did they catch him? Yeah, did they catch him?
No, guys. Some people critically injured in hospital.
Yeah.
Okay, so all right.
The guys are still free who did it, the terrorists.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But they refused
they're still
to call
free?
it terrorism. Yeah, they didn't get them. They didn't catch them.
What?
It's ridiculous.
And
But they
what's
caught the
crazy
Paris
is
attacks. They caught the attacks in Spain. They caught the bridge, the London
Yeah,
attack.
30 seconds after the attack, they catch him, you know? Notice
Yeah.
and they're refusing to call it a terrorist attack. They're saying it's a hate crime. They do apparently they have no proof that it was premeditated. It's absolute BS.
Of course, it's premeditated.
And yes, it is a terrorist attack. So you need to call it what it is. Just because a white non-Muslim does something, it doesn't mean it's not terrorism. Especially when it fits the bill, you know. So
Yeah, the brother Abu made a good point, you know. If you look at it, nobody's saying, well, you Sunnis and Salafis over there, you guys is good. We just want the Shia or we just want this sect. No, they coming for any and all Muslims.
They don't give
care.
a shit if you're Sunni or Shia.
They want all of our heads. So this is what the unity is about. It's not about let's come together, tongue kiss each other, and create a new religion we can all believe in. It's not about no type of foolishness like that. Let's just come together and deal with this common enemy. That's all we got to do and be respectful towards each other.
Talking about kissing.
Man said tongue kiss in it.
But that's how. No, listen. That's how some people act. Like when we say unity, we talking about changing our religion and hugging and kissing on people. No, stop the foolishness. Stop it. Stop it.
I'm saying, look, on United with people, yeah. We could only unite with even the kuffar and that on non-religious issues. When it comes to non-religious issues, you could unite and you could do something, and because we have evidence for that. We have evidence for
that's what we're talking about.
However, just generally speaking, like I'd rather not. You get me? I'd rather stay away still. I'd rather not unite with them, man.
Each their own, and as long as no one's out there condoning violence and this, that, and the other. So.
Nah, no one's condoning violence in that, man. I'm not talking about
and we should definitely call out things like when people are chasing down Shia Blade Runner and things like that.
Yeah, 100%, man.
Call out the wrong as well.
That's no doubt. I'm not even talking about that. I'm saying whatever's wrong is wrong. You get me? But still, I can't just unite for no reason. Still, I'd rather stay away from them personally.
All right. Each to their own, like I said.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, let's talk about this. This line.
You don't have to tongue kiss them.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tongue kiss nobody. Go on.
You guys done?
This guy, man. This guy.
No, move on. Go on.
Yeah.
Go on.
This line is one of the most powerful ones in the song, in my opinion. It goes, "You Islamophobes are getting consumed by the hate that you have." I mean, to anyone who's not under a rock, it's obvious that these Islamophobes, they hate Islam so much. They feed off the energy of hatred. It's absolutely disgusting.
And do you know what the other point that he's making is the fact that, you know, the sellouts that he calls.
Yeah.
What he's trying to say is, you know, you hate Muslims so much that you sold your own soul.
Exactly.
They'll unite. The N-word because
they'll unite with other people. They'll unite with other people they have differences with, just to hate on Islam and Muslims. That's how much they hate this thing. That's how far they're willing to go, and that's for people from all different backgrounds as well. So, for example, like Sarah and Tommy, they sat together and whatnot. That's just one example. So, what do you reckon, Brother Abdul?
Yeah, bro. It's peak, bro. Like, wait, hold on 1 second. Somebody else go. I gotta do something real quick. Hold on, I'm sorry.
What are you saying then, Musti? Mustafa, you there?
Abu.
Anyone? Condensist, you there?
Lady Al Husseini, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. It just went quiet for me. What did you ask?
Yes, so what do you reckon then with all these Islamophobes who are uniting for this common cause to hate Islam? But their hate is actually consuming them. And they're spreading that hate as well to their people.
What shocks me is, people like Kalam and Sarah. Because it's a different level of hate when you're willing so you can push this person's agenda that they're also anti-Islamic. Do you know what I mean? It's really strange. I find that really, really messed up.
Definitely, it's sickening. And they do say the non-Muslims, they're allies of each other. And manifesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when you
what is that in Arabic, King? Can you tell us?
Awliya.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, they even though they when it comes to Muslims, they'll come together for the cause of fighting against the Muslims. But Allah says everything that's going on today, we already knew this was going to happen. All of this was prophesied exactly how it's happening. Even to the way that they will all come against the Muslims, even though that their hearts are divided themselves. So that all of them disagree. They don't even like each other, but they'll come together just to fight the Muslims. Even this was told to us. On top of that, it was told to us, like the Prophet told us, at the time of the companions, he said that there will be a time, even though the Muslims at that time, even though they were small in number, they were still holding it down. Yeah. So then the Prophet said that there will be a time where the Muslims will basically, the kuffar will come and basically get at the Muslims like a plate of food, and they'll basically be eating off that food, and the Muslims are basically the plate. You know what I'm saying? And the way that the companions were shocked, like, will we be this few in number that we can't even defend ourselves? We'll be this few in number. And the Prophet said, no, we will be greater than the sea. And this was when the companions were small. It's not many, but he said we will be greater than the sea, the froth of the sea, but we'll still be, we'll get humiliated like
so we'll
this.
be huge in numbers, but we'll still have people.
We'll be huge in numbers. So that was another prophecy. Another prophecy. So he said we will be huge in numbers, but our numbers won't help us, basically. Even though we're so much in number, we're still getting attacked left, right, and center, and it's exactly what's happening now.
Exactly. Yeah. It's definitely forces at play who are working together, who don't see eye to eye, but for this common cause of hating on Islam and pushing a narrative, they're uniting against us.
Only if you knew what was in their hearts, it's even worse than what comes out of their mouths.
Guys, just want to say, got 25 watchers. Can you please hit that like button? Because it's not adding up. Come on, guys.
Yeah, everyone hit that like button.
Let me like it first.
I need to hit that still.
I mean, it doesn't take much. You only click over on your smartphone or your mouse on your keyboard or your laptop, whatever. So
so boom. What I was saying is, now we're living in a day and age where the Muslims are being persecuted, and a lot of people are blind to it. A lot of people that are not Muslim are actually blind to it. Like, they think now, like, it's so ridiculous now that people think if something happens to a Muslim, it doesn't matter that much. They're desensitized to Muslim pain. Like, you see a country and in a Muslim country being invaded, or Afghanistan or some other country, and people are dying like in Palestine all the time, and
I
it's
just want to,
normal.
Musli, you made a very
Imagine
good
it was
point. I
France.
just want to
Imagine it
bring
was
it back to
France.
Tan.
Imagine it was France that this was
You made a
happening to.
very good point, and I want to bring this back to Tan because this is all related to this. And obviously,
Yo,
his face
guys,
is on.
Assalamu alaikum. Can you hear me?
Salam. Who's this, brother Saeed?
Yeah.
Welcome. Assalamu alaikum, brother.
Wa alaikum salam.
Yeah.
What's
So I'm
happening,
gonna make this
guys?
quick point.
You guys having a party without me?
Well, you mean it's never too late to join, my brother.
By the way, your mic is you're very far. Come closer or whatever.
Or even now?
No, now was good.
Alright, I'll put my mic thingy on. My headphones on. You guys chat. I'll join you. Give me 2 minutes. I'm just gonna
Right.
set it
So
up.
yeah, Musti, on from following from your point, this is what I want to say real quick. Is about Muslims being persecuted and whatnot. So in China, apparently they've detained a million. I think it's pronounced Uyghur Muslims.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen
And they put them in camps, right? They call them summer
Uyghur.
camps or
Uyghur Muslim. Yeah.
And they're force feeding them pork and making them to drink alcohol and denounce their religion, right?
Yeah,
now,
to basically
check this.
yeah.
The freedom
to
of speech
disbelieve in it.
advocate in Tan supports this wholeheartedly, and so do the people who support Tan, and they're all these. So they come to the park and talk about freedom of speech, but then they support suppressing the freedom of religion to people. They support
double standards, bro.
It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. These people are vile vermin.
No, I've researched that a little bit. I watched a little bit.
Scumbags, bro. What can you do about it, man?
It is, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's why honestly, I don't think for Muslims, especially living in the West now, I think it's only gonna get worse. It's only gonna get worse. I'm always hearing stories about something happening to another Muslim sister on the road or something like that. Like, I've seen it myself, that stuff happening. You know?
It happened to me.
It happened to
What, it happened to you?
On my road.
Yeah.
Lucky
this guy
those brothers
tried running
there.
me over.
Oh, no. Lucky those brothers what's it called?
Wait, someone tried running you over?
Yeah.
Damn.
But it happens, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That's
it's
crazy.
Always happening. Like me as well. Me, sometimes I get into it with people, like, I don't know, these drunk people around. I'll be walking from the mosque or something. You get me? It happens all the time.
Yeah, especially when you're wearing a thobe.
Yeah, you get me? So
yeah, like last Friday prayer, I went walking to the masjid. Right, I had a thobe on and stuff. And just a couple of men tried to harass me. This guy's man.
You know, so that's what I'm saying. Living in the West now, it's not looking good, man. If it gets worse, then you get me. It's upon the Muslims to probably make hijrah away from here, man, go somewhere else.
But no one, nowhere on earth is safe though. To be honest.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, where do you go, man? That's such an interesting question, bro. Like, where do you go, man?
What I'm saying is, if anywhere becomes hard for you to practice your religion, especially the fundamentals of that religion, if it's becoming hard for you right now in your country to pray and this is that, then it's upon you. It's obligatory for you. You have to.
It's not that to that level now. To be honest.
No, right now. It's
no, you're telling the truth, brother. That's a fact. What you're saying right now.
It's not that bad, maybe now, but 100%, it's going in that direction.
Of course, yeah, you can see it.
You get me? We're not
allowed to pray in the park. Where though?
Obviously, it's already a policy. We're not allowed to pray in the park. Imagine they make that into a law now. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's crazy.
Well, people can't come and check inside your homes if you're praying on. To be fair, so.
No, they can't. Still. But I'm just saying. Imagine from there.
To be honest, let's not blow out of proportion. We're not being.
Of course, everything
it's not blow nothing out of proportion, bro. Because I think, honestly, me speaking, I think this is already heading our way. I believe that. I believe this is heading our way. Like, we're going to get persecuted on a big level sooner. Like, people are going to be running the houses. Like, where the Muslims are trying to kill them. Do you know how bad it is, bro? Bro, I think you're not seeing it, bro. I don't know if I'm the only one that's seen it.
I see it, yeah.
For Muslims now, it's peak, fam. We got a bullseye, whatever it's called, on our heads, but on our foreheads.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. There has been a media war against Islam for at least the past 2 decades.
Yeah, so now people are desensitized.
All across the West. All the English-speaking white countries.
Subscribe. Messages.
You know, people are desensitized to Muslim lives now. Even so that the Muslims are desensitized to Muslim lives. Muslims have become desensitized to it. Like one Muslim life is not more important than the whole of Mecca and the whole of the Kaaba. One Muslim life is more important than the whole of Mecca. We know this. The whole of Mecca, bro. The Kaaba is the most important bit of the whole of Mecca.
Yeah.
So it's important. It's more important than the whole of Mecca. You get me? But we're so desensitized that if something happened to Mecca, everyone will go crazy over it. But if something happens to a Muslim, no one's going crazy over it. You know?
But then, to be fair, Musti, on the flip side, Muslims are responsible for killing a lot of Muslims in today's world as well. So look what's happening in Yemen right now. Millions of kids are starving to death.
Oh, stuff.
Yeah, for true.
SubhanAllah, man.
Look what's happening in Syria. Whether you want to call ISIS Muslims or not, that's another thing. But Muslims
Also, Assad.
is at an all-time high.
Syria,
Assad's not Muslim.
He's a kafir, bro.
Yeah, he's a kafir.
He's an Alawite pig.
Sorry,
Looks like a giraffe, in my opinion.
He's a kafir dog, man. Assad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we go to the next bit of the music video now?
Yeah, let's move.
Got a bit deep there. I feel like.
So here, from this screenshot right here, we can see here's Tan in the corner right here, and there's Jedi, and I believe he's called him the N-word and also a monkey.
Oh my god, this bit really, really infuriated me. The main part is when the girl
Jedi got
laughs.
patience, to be honest. Jedi got patience.
She laughs. Fine, that Shaitan
That
is
white
saying
girl.
that, but she laughs after he calls her.
She
After he calls him an N-word.
You know what?
It's horrible.
I wanted to give her a slap if I was there. That bitch. That smile, dirty bitch.
Look at her laughing. Look at her laughing. Look at her laughing.
I wouldn't
hold
know,
on
but
a language.
but I really felt like giving her a slap. The cheeky racist bitch.
Yeah, Saeed.
You know, let's not swear. Let's not swear on here, man.
First the tongue kissing, now the
I'm like really vexed when I saw her giggling like that, man.
Bruh.
You know, I don't normally swear, but
there's a lot of sick people in this world, bro.
Really,
you know what I mean? You got people that get
racism
used to
really
that.
ducks my head.
Look at her laughing. Look at her laughing.
Do you know what it is? The point is, I'm thinking someone like that would be over the moon if what Amy said was true. If slavery wasn't abolished, she would be dancing and singing.
She would have a whip in her hand.
Yeah, she would. You could tell. You know. Look at it infuriates me because there's so many undercover racists, and they're not racist like them and us. They're on the level of you can absolutely take away their human rights. You can call them derogatory, disgusting terms, and we're happy with that. She's an inhumane pig.
If I see her, this one there, I'll pull her up. And you know what? You should go as well on attack this one verbally. I mean, when you see this one there, the one on the screen with the glasses, you know, like challenger.
I'm not gonna lie. We need to send a few like Muslim sisters to get at these other Muslim women, not these other Kofar women, man.
Bro,
if I shout in their face, it looks crazy, innit?
Yeah. I just want to point out, so this guy here, is his full name Gabriel? I'm assuming, right? Is his full name Gabs Gabriel?
No idea.
Pretty much he's a follower of the Kemetic philosophy / religion, whatever you want to call it.
I think he got dissed as well in this video.
No, I don't think he did. And he's a protest of Callum, and I think I think he's gonna make his absence from the speaker's corner too. And he's a follower of whatever Callum's on.
Have you heard the DFLA lads are coming soon?
Yeah,
they wanna
this Sunday.
Not this Sunday.
Can you just stick to the topic at hand at the moment, please?
Yeah, go on, man.
See, look,
how comes you don't get trolls joining in, bro? I always get jumped on.
I don't know. So here, obviously, look, he's talking about how both sides, should be about unity and solidarity, and the people want to cause division and whatnot. There's Big Bro again. His daddy Google. Another Muslim brother here.
Have you seen Callum already trying it? Have you seen that?
Where has Gary Google gone? I haven't seen him.
Have you seen
iPad
Callum?
Probably broke.
Have you guys heard Callum already starting trouble?
Huh?
Saeed.
Have you heard Callum?
This.
Did you say something? It just went quiet.
Yeah, you were saying Said, you said something, and then you went quiet. Yeah.
No, I was just stick to topic again, brother.
No. This is
Yeah.
the topic, bro. I'm saying Kalam already
Yeah,
divide
I
and
think I know
conquer.
what you're talking about. Yeah.
He went live, right?
Yeah.
He's upset at Raspect.
Just so this is the Pakistani brother here, I believe, in the white shirt here, who was hotting up Raj for his racism.
Yeah.
Just before I come.
And then obviously, you know, Raj, when he was confronted with a guy like this, he went as quiet as a church mouse, basically. And then obviously back when he's on his live stream, he's like P this, P that, inbred this, inbred that. But in person, he was in the Princess Speaker's corner, and he went silent.
He's big Somali pirates. Hey.
Pigeon boy. Okay, so this here is just
Hey,
bigging
they
up
got my
his...
flag.
That's for you, King, right there. That's
Yeah.
Somalian
And there's
flag.
Everlast on the right.
Big up Raspect, you know.
Shout out to my homie Everlast, my little brother.
Big up the Somali pirates.
Big up the Somali pirates protecting the shores.
Yeah.
You
All
get me?
day, all day, man.
That's what's up.
Hail up to a line of Judah. Oh, Steve. Ugh.
Steve's a good guy, right?
Nah, I don't like him.
I thought he
Because
was
I'm-
alright.
I thought he was alright.
I spoke to him. I went to him and I asked him, I go, all I said is,
This
why
Steve
is
is
it
definitely
okay?
alright. Not alright, though, sister.
No, not him.
This Steve.
The police guy, I asked him.
Oh, that's Steve. Which Steve
No,
are
no,
you guys
no.
talking about?
I'm talking about the policeman.
Oh, okay.
Everyone thinks he's okay, but when I went to him and asked him, why is it okay for Tan to throw the Quran on the floor, but Muslims can't pray? Like, what is this? And he goes, well, firstly, it wasn't thrown, it was dropped. Secondly, no, it didn't cause any alarm. So you can't really. Oh, he just went on
Yeah,
and
but
on. And you
hold
could
on,
tell
sister,
deep
sister.
down
Hold on
he
one
was.
sec.
Yeah.
People ask questions like that, right?
Mm.
But the thing is, throwing a book on a floor isn't something which is against park policy, whereas collective worship is. So, there's your answer.
Then the real question is,
yeah,
why are they choosing to enforce the praying policy when they ain't allowed filming in the park?
Exactly. That's a good question.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Shall I tell you why?
No, I'm asking why rhetorically.
No, but I've got an answer.
I know you got the answer. One sec, because what I'm saying is the second Abu Talha brought that up to Steve and said, "Huh?" Or the 5-0 that was trying to do something to him. He had a little spaz attack. He didn't know what to say and he just walked off.
But to be honest, I hope they actually.
He couldn't deal with that. He was like, "Oh shit, it's the same level as that." And everyone's running around with a camera. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Wait, you can't record in Speaker's Corner?
Hell no.
It's part of the policy.
I mean, you can't do it for any monetary gain, right? And all of these lot have channels that also get monetary
benefits
from adverts and shit like that. Yeah. So essentially, they're not allowed to do that, but they do it every week in, week out. So there's a lot of picking and choosing going along, which is annoying. But go ahead.
I think the main thing is that they want to do the police Speaker's Corner. Is the only objective they have is to keep the peace. That's what they're told. It doesn't matter what policies. That's why they only enforced that policy when people started coming out saying, "Oh, they're not allowed to do this. This is that. Why are you letting them do that?" And then they were like, "You know what? People are gonna get a bit mad. Let's just stop it." That's why no one went crazy when he dropped the Quran. I never saw no one go crazy. I was so disgusted. I never saw no one go crazy.
Is that on video when he did that?
Yes, it's on video.
Wallah,
it's on video.
Wow.
And I never saw no outrage or nothing, really and truly.
See, the thing is, if everyone did get outraged, then it would have become an offense.
They would have stopped it, and they would have never let that happen again.
Because he caused alarm of so many people, and my guy would have gotten battered.
But that's why.
Mind you, if people reacted to that, right? Muslims reacted to that, yeah, then he would have done things and went further. Maybe next time he would have burned it or done this and that. But because he never got a reaction, the following week
it would have been a whole heap of problems.
You see what I'm saying? He never got a reaction out of Muslims for drawing the Prophet or throwing down the Quran. He never got the reaction that he wanted. So then what did he do? He moved on to try and get a reaction out of the black community the following week. So Muslims actually then did not fall into his trap. As much as it hurts us that...
I don't care, bro. I don't care about traps, bro. It's like, what we meant to do, it's like someone punching us in the face 24/7 and we're like, oh, we're not gonna fall into
Musti,
the trap.
I'm not
What the
saying
hell?
don't do nothing to a guy
Get
who
out
does
of
that
here,
outside
man.
on the roads.
No, I don't care where it is. Speaker's corner.
All right.
You threw the
Maybe
Quran
next
speaker's
time
corner.
try and be present then, innit?
Nah, but I can't always come on Sundays, man. Right? Speaker's corner is a headache now, man. I don't come like that no more.
There you go.
But I only come down when I see some crazy stuff happen. Then I have to come down.
No,
innit?
you come down after you see
When
something happen, and when you're there, nothing
when I
happens.
heard EBL's coming down, I was like, no way am I missing this. I was there. You get me?
So you only come down for the drama. That's
I
it.
come down when I
Oh,
feel like
where
it's
were you?
necessary.
Yo, I didn't see you in any of the on
No,
the front line, the
I
road.
was wearing a big jacket. I was wearing a big jacket and a hoodie.
Oh my god!
No one's
Uncle
gonna see
Omar
me.
was putting in work, bro. Where were you?
Uncle Omar.
Mm.
Yeah, I didn't have a stick still, but you don't see me on camera. Trust me. I was
Did
putting
you
in
wear a
work.
mask? Did you wear a mask?
I was putting in work on them. Wallah.
Aye.
Nah, I didn't wear a mask, but I had a hoodie in it. I had a hoodie up. But yeah, man, like anything like that, bro. I'll come there, man. I'll fight all of them. They don't know who they're messing with, bro. This is Muslims, bro. They don't know who Muslims are, wallah.
Yeah, they think that we're passive.
Son.
Tell them, look, we're Muslims, bro.
No, we're
So I don't
definitely
think you.
pacifists. We definitely do not turn.
People think that we're pacifists, wallah.
Pacifists, what, mate? We'll die for our religion.
Of
Who
course.
do they think we are?
Yeah, man. Islam is not pacifist religions.
And that doesn't mean we're aggressors or we like violence either.
That doesn't mean that we go out of our
Or
way.
people trying to twist that in the comment section and be like, I told you so. No, it does not mean that.
No, it doesn't mean that. It means we have a cause, yeah? We have a law to follow, but we have a cause, and when it comes to our cause, we'll die for it.
Yeah.
Which
We have the
every
fortitude
person's cause, they're not willing to die for their cause, then they're not really committed.
Yeah.
Allah says, fight those that fight you. Period.
Yeah.
We're not even talking about fighting. Just
Do not oppress and don't be oppressed.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm talking about fighting, though.
Yeah,
You always talking about fighting, man.
Or kissing or something, innit? Like,
Nah, that's what you lied into, man. You want to do all that.
Since you
He
got
said tongue kissing.
Yo, hold on, sister. Since you got Steve on the screen up here, so does anyone want to give a brief intro to who Steve is?
Nah, bro. If I go in on Steve, I'm gonna see
Steve has got issues psychologically.
Steve is a very hate-filled individual who hate Muslims. Who just
I don't know why he hates Muslims. Did someone snatch
when he talks, he looks constipated. Have you seen him talking? His face.
Yeah, I
Like
know.
He looks constipated.
He's
His
full of
face
hate.
gets all red and stuff.
You know, on
I
the
heard
day
his
of hate.
wife ran away with a Muslim.
Wow.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Go figure. Go figure.
You know what? Yeah, on the the Tommy Robinson's the freedom bullshit rubbish fake freedom thing we went to. You should have seen him, yeah, bro. You know when we were getting attacked left, right, and center. He was he had his camera on and so happy and all like loving it. And at Speaker's Corner, when it's the other way around sometimes, nothing about
he screams savages.
Yeah.
He's a meathead.
No one can talk shit about Islam.
Look, the guy is a meathead.
Idiot, wallah. He's an idiot.
The guy is disgusting. He's vile. He's an Islamophobe. I mean, when Muhammad Hijab and Ali Dawa and yourself as well, Saeed, for being attacked at that march. I know Steve and Raj were right there. They weren't.
You know what Raj?
Shouting,
you know
like
what
they
the
do
Raj said? Do you know what Raj goes? What a slimy little pigeon he is. Yeah, that pigeon goes. As soon as we got attacked, or when the other guy, when Muhammad Hijab and the other guy had a little square off thing face up. Pigeon goes. Oh, there's always bad people on both sides. And I said to him, I go, you dirty little pigeon, why the hell do you have to say something like that? Why can't you just condemn that out? Such a pigeon, man. He's such a pigeon, I'm telling you.
They get on the defensive as soon as there's their people
it changes when it's the other way. You start making excuses for him.
Yeah.
That's why I respect man like Raspect. He'll call out his own people. He won't stare away and go, oh, but you guys do this or whatever, But people don't like that.
And have you seen the excuses people are making, man? Like even what's his name, man? Tommy Robinson's people on.
Yeah, Tommy Robinson even made a video trying to justify why Muhammad Hijab got attacked. It's disgusting.
Yeah. and he goes, "What an own goal they've scored! That I recorded him hitting a police, but he didn't hit the police. Basically, he was like waving his arms around, and then the police got his a face palmed, basically, like palmed. Do you get it? Not punched. So
They did pick the wrong person. Mohammed
I've
Hijab.
said this before, yeah. I'm
Look
not
at
gonna
him.
lie.
He's a giant.
It was a bit dumb going there, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Look, listen. I know it's a bad move. Yeah, I know it was a bad move. We next time, obviously, we're not gonna do that same thing again. But
they basically lured you into the belly of the beast.
No.
And then you lot followed there with smiles on your faces.
Don't get me wrong. We were prepared. Like, come on, and plus we knew there were police there. And
well, how was you prepared? But how are you gonna prepare for that?
I don't want to say
There's
it
three
here,
of
bro.
you.
I don't want to say it here. Like
you lot had a mouth guard.
No. Anyway, not just mouth guard.
I'm telling you, bro. You can't prepare for that. Even if you got shotguns,
I know.
There's flipping 1,000 of them. They brought you into the middle of the whole thing, and then you lot were just screaming, "Lucy, Lucy, Lucy."
What do you mean we were screaming Lucy? Oh, you mean like Lucy invited us?
I just kept hearing Lucy.
Who's Lucy?
Invited us. Lucy invited us.
Lucy did though invited us. So
yeah, but look, she invited you to get rushed in it.
No, Lucy, no way. That's
She invited you to there, and then she said, "Don't
come on,
jump."
are you seriously? I think she did.
On, bro.
To be honest,
100%.
Come on,
Lucy
man.
didn't invite us for getting jumped like that.
Put two and two together.
Look, she
like
left. Look, Lucy got look what happened to Lucy because we went there. Look what happened. She lost.
What happened?
She got sacked.
Yeah, Tommy Robinson sacked her.
Tommy Robinson sacked her because she invited us. And she backed us, man. She was arguing with Tommy Robinson, let them on. If you don't let them on, then this is whole thing is fake. She said
it all looked like a setup to me. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It looked like she brought you there, and then coincidentally, you're not allowed to talk. So now you lot at the bottom where there's like 1,000 people that want to smash your head in, and you lot just standing there like. And then all I keep hearing is Lucy, Lucy. I was like, yo, this is the L. You get me? You lot lost.
Nah, man. You know what I mean? Like I said, Lucy's the one who invited us, and
what's happening between her
At
and
the
Tam?
end of the day, the brothers have put in a lot of work against these Islamophobes.
Yeah.
Ali Dawah continuously is
Yeah,
on
man.
this.
Respect to Ali Dawah.
Do you
Ali
know?
Dawah.
I like. Obviously, all the brothers got good intentions. Alhamdulillah, they got good
Do you know
intentions.
how much money we spent on me and Ali, just like from our pocket, just chasing Tommy? I think we can't add it up. We can't add it up. We went from airports to. I don't want to say so much here. From here
Chasing
to
that
everywhere.
porcupine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I would say, to be honest, I don't think it'd be a good look if you let people know how much money you spent and then on what the outcome actually was when Ali finally met Tommy.
Yeah, it was a bad outcome, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, like.
I don't.
Look, I don't want to criticize it, but I think you lot had good intentions and whatnot.
Yeah, of course.
I think you lot obviously tried hard catching the bread. You lot finally caught him.
Yeah. But you know, say all the love in the world for brother Ali Dawah. Yeah, he's got a good heart, but maybe someone else, like
someone else, bro. He
far better
wasn't prepared
person
for
to
it.
converse with Tommy Robinson.
Say that again. Sorry.
I said Brother Hijab would have, in my opinion, would have been a far better person to.
No, he wasn't just basically. Look, so many times we went, and it was. I think it was one of our. We said, you know what, this is going to be probably our last one, and because there was so many hidden near misses, Hijab wasn't just available for that day, and it was just like it was just like, quick, get ready, let's go, and we couldn't get hold of Brother Hijab or something like that, and then we just had to go, and we went. It's like that, man. You know, when you're doing things like that, it's just like you have to get ready. Like within 5 minutes, you have to be bang at the door. Yeah. And we went from airports to here, there. We just missed him 5 minutes, 2 minutes. You know, we just saw him pulling away. And
how were you lot finding his location? Did you lot have people on the inside?
Yeah.
Okay.
So guys, quickly, just to bring it back, so we could talk about anything now, but since we've been through the whole song, what's your opinions on it? Because we go for the panel.
Regarding
music is haram. First and foremost.
Was it Abu Qataada? Is that right?
Abu Qataada.
Abu Qataada. So, go on, my friend.
Obviously, first and foremost, music is haram. I'm not condoning anyone listening to this.
Mm-hmm.
You get me? It's haram. It is what it is. Obviously, because you muted it and we was just reading the words. You get me? I think you got out the Islamophobes a lot. I don't know why a few brothers had some issues with him. The guy's not Muslim. He's not. If he's saying something about Islam, he might not.
He doesn't see it the same way
100%
as you,
see it the
since he's not
same. You get what I'm
Muslim.
saying?
So stop trying to make him
I
see it the
feel
way
as
you
though,
see it.
yeah.
Bro, do
I
you guys
feel,
think we did that
one
to
second,
get
bro.
Tommy Robinson? Sorry.
I feel as though like other brothers, just because they had a different opinion on something, they took it to offense, and I don't know why.
All right, King.
They're gone.
What's your opinions, brother? Okay, brother Abdul then.
What did you ask? What did you ask? I was gone for a minute.
Yeah, so do you want to give your opinion on Raspect's Islamophobia 2 song?
10 out of 10, that's my opinion.
So do you think it offended Muslims, like how some are claiming?
Well, you could maybe some lyrics you can criticize it, but like
On the whole, you think it's positive?
yeah, you could tell it was made from good intentions, you know, and I like it. So,
Brother Abdul?
Yeah, I agree with everybody said so far. Even like in the beginning of the video, I said it. You know, it was good. It was cool. It doesn't bother me. I don't have no problem with it. It is what it is. Like it's cool.
Yeah.
It is what it is, man. It is what it is.
Okay, Abu, thanks for that. So, what about you, sister?
Oh, it's my ringtone already. No, I think it's great. Really creative, good message. Must have stung the oppositions a lot. I think it has already, because certain people have been going on live discussing it. And yeah, it's actually pretty. I've heard it so many times already. I don't know. It's really catchy, and the lyrics are really what's the word? Oh, I don't know the word, but they're really good lyrics.
Yeah, no doubt. It's definitely very creative.
And it got to the point, and it wasn't boring. You know, most of the times I can't listen to songs like that, but that was very interesting. And it was I enjoyed reviewing
It's had
it.
meaning, right? Because we know what's happening in the park and we're up to date, so it has meaning to us as well in that respect.
Was it all about Speaker's Corner?
Yeah, pretty. Yeah, Speaker's Corner, the stuff that happens in live chat from people who are from Speaker's Corner. So yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
It's about that Speaker's Corner drama.
Yeah, big up
We got
Raspect
25
still.
viewers right now. Hit that subscribe button and give us a like, guys. Thanks.
Yeah.
Big up Raspect.
Put some topics in there as well, innit?
What was that, Boo?
I said put some topics. Let them type some topics for our next show, innit? We might talk about something else next time.
Yeah, if any of you guys got any suggestions, let us know in the comment section or what you want to see us talk about next or review or whatever.
We'll have the OG on the show as well, Middlesex Omar. We'll bring him on.
Omar's got his hands full in the moderating the chat.
Obviously, we'll pass the moderating to someone else so Omar could get in here. But next time, next time.
Hey, brother.
So what's the next topic?
How long has
Yeah,
this
I
been
think
live for?
we're about to go on to something, weren't we? Then I brought us back to quickly do a conclusion on Raspect song. So, what was it we were talking about?
How long we been on so far?
It says I think over 2 hours.
2 hours
Who's
in
screaming?
that quick. Somebody's little kid in the background or something.
Yeah, ignore that. Don't worry. Not that it's mine, but yeah. Whoever that is, can you mute your mic, please?
Yeah, it was me. Sorry, my bad. My bad. My bad. My bad.
How many times? You're forgiven, basically.
Please forgive me.
Yeah, inshallah, things will get better at Speaker's Corner for the Muslims as far as the environment and the debating. You know, hopefully people will go back to dealing with each other in a respectful manner. You know what I mean? And inshallah, may Allah protect the Muslims. Ameen. Inshallah. Ameen.
I mean,
Muslims be safe. Be aware.
Guys, I'm going to end this show now because the topic we spoke about has been spoken about. So there's no point of merging this show with another topic. So
Right.
we might go live again right now. So watch out for that, guys. If we do, So yeah, I think it's been a good show, and we dissected Raspect's song.
This
And,
has been a great show. Great show.
yeah, and yeah, we spoke about it and why, if anyone is offended, what they could have got offense from, or you know. So hopefully, there's Muslims that did get extremely offended and watch this show with an open mind and reevaluate their position on the song and the lyrics and on Raspect himself.
Yeah, and
Assalamu alaikum.
learn this, yeah. Muslims will always win in the end.